What up?
I need that sports encyclopedia. USC, Kim. Got Trent in the cut.
Coach JB.
Yeah. Where you at, man? In the gym shooting, I'm Durant. You ain't shooting John Moran.
Darnell is the Ball State legend. I'm the Warren Central High School legend.
I'm proving with a reliable source, straight from the mouth of the horse. Smitty and JB and Smitty from West Coast to Yost.
I love talking ball. It's nice to connect with guys that are like-minded and just are real and genuine.
Better stay in your lane. Hop until
You are fucking insane. Dude, what? You just will not give this guy his flowers. What is wrong with you?
Oh, you must have thought I was a bitch.
I am him. Use not it. What's the topic? With your logic when I flow. Big Komodo, how it's talking.
Got to get back to letting the baby cry a little bit to see if they can soothe themselves.
That's a bar.
Issues get pressed so past it don't get sacked like bags and baggage. Smitty and Jason Brown killed it, yeah, it's a rap. We what the game's been missing. We switched it and filled the gap.
I identified him after his third fight, and I said that guy should be a star.
I'm so proud of the show, bro.
With the gap. Smitty and Jason Brown.
Coach JB show.
What up, man? We are in the building. It is Truth Telling Thursday right here from the friendly confines of the Coach AB Show with Big Smitty, the realest show on planet Earth. Pound that like, subscribe, become a member today. And we got a bunch of new sponsors coming down the pipe. We got a bunch of new ad reads. We got new commercials on the realest show on planet Earth. It is Thursday, getting ready for the weekend. Might go hit the yacht club. We'll see what cracks. We'll see. The realest show on planet Earth. Pound that like, subscribe. Tell everybody about it that you know. Head on over to CoachJBStore.com. Get you some new merch, as I got it. Short, fast, skinny, tall. I got it all. And make sure you head on over to betonline.ag, prize picks, and winnable.com/slap picks. And join our first down package and get you 10% off right now using the promo code CoachJB. On all those things. Let's dive into it. It's Truth Telling Thursday, man. We got a special guest joining us right out the gate, a UNLV insider, my main man, Joe Origo. He'll join us and break down all things UNLV, quarterback, running back, everybody. Week 3 just got up and left. We're going to dive into that. Plus the Bear Alexander USC and special Shaun King Thursday. He'll be joining us on Thursdays now as well as Mondays for a full hour to break down QB play. And then we got the legendary Korean Kosel, Steve Kim, joining us. And we'll break that down on this loaded show on and the realest show on planet Earth. Let's dive right into this thing, man. The UNLV quarterback situation is not as alarming to me as it may be to you. I've been telling you guys this for coming down the pipe for as many years now. Now, the running back also followed suit and quit. Let's make no mistake about it. This is quitting. This isn't the NFL. You can't hold out like they can. The NFL player is being paid as a job. These college kids are still proving themselves to the NFL that they can be the next paid player in an elite league. In the elite of elite leagues, the NFL. This is what these schools get. They asked for it. The NCAA, Non-Caring Assholes of America, created it because they are weak, they are soft, and they are scared to lay down the law. The NCAA only cares about themselves, as they have for 75 years. Nothing's changed. We just added the root of all evil into the mix, which is money. And now this is what we get. If I were a coach at this level, I would delete them from my website. I'd empty out the locker room. I would drop them from their classes. I would not allow them into the cafeteria. And their bags would get packed along with their Corvette or their Scat Pack or whatever the fuck, and tell their ass to not let the door hit them on the way out. Maybe, just maybe, if enough grown men did that, these kids would run out of options and have to play ball the way ball was intended to be played. But what do I know? USC D lineman Bear Alexander followed suit and will redshirt and sit out the rest of this year after the UNLV starting quarterback Matt Sluka announces he would redshirt, and then the UNLV running back Michael Allen transferred from NC State already, and I got a little bit of insight on him as well. He's a fourth string running back, and he now said it's not about money, it's about touches. He will redshirt and sit out the rest of the season as well due to the lack of playing time. Richard Sherman calls out Travis Hunter, and he calls him a bland wide receiver. Travis Hunter responds, Dak Prescott and Cowboys take on Daniel Jones and the Giants in MetLife tonight on Thursday Night Football. Another Amazon Prime spectacular, I'm sure. But what do I know? But listen to this. Before I begin, my co-host extraordinaire, Naptown legend, Far East Sider, 317, LeBron Hairline having, Lamar Jackson loving, and Caitlin Clark jocking, Fox Sports' very own, Big Smitty. Welcome them in. My bad, Bailey. Shit. I lost it, Bailey. Go ahead, Bailey. Welcome my main man in, Big Smitty.
You messed my whole intro up, JB.
Oh, well, get back cracking.
It was horrible. Like, your energy's low.
Guess what? We don't have a
You're
screen.
whispering in here.
We have a screen that
no,
fucks
stop
up.
pressing buttons, homie, and let Bailey operate, homie. Every time you click on the fucking mouse and try to control the camera, you mess up Bailey. Is Bailey running the show or not? Yes or no? Yes or no? What's going on, y'all? It's your boy, Big Smitty, Naptown legend, man. Shout out to Caitlin Clark for an amazing rookie season. They got kicked out yesterday, man, but she had a hell of a year, man.
They lost?
They lost yesterday.
Already?
It's playoffs, yeah. She's rookie.
Damn, playoffs just started yesterday.
First round, she got out the playoffs. It's 2 games, you out. If you lose the first 2 games, you out. What you laughing at, homie?
I thought she was the best.
Yeah, she's a rookie, homie.
She look like a rookie.
Kobe airballed 2-3 shots against Utah.
Yeah,
ain't no butt. Ain't no butt, homie.
She got locked.
Ain't no butt, homie.
She got fucking
Jordan
locked.
win no rings till year 7, homie. So what you talking about?
Down.
But I see Kobe in the chat, Steven Johnson in the chat, I see Lucy Lou in the chat, I see Isaiah Place in the chat, Gene, and I ain't gonna say that other name because he ain't no member. But I see y'all in the chat, man. Turn up. Become a member right now.
DeAndre Woodside?
He's not a member.
He been on the show every day.
He's not a member. I'm gonna talk about none of that. You ain't paying, and I don't see you. Don't say his name no more. Don't say his name no more.
He black though.
Don't say his name no more. If you're not a member, you're not getting no acknowledgement when we're not talking to you. Become a member right now.
Brother,
we'll talk to you, and you get all that stuff.
Your brother though, homie.
I'm excited for today's show.
Why?
Because we have a great lineup of guests.
Yeah,
I didn't know Shaun King was joining for an hour.
Yeah,
That was a
I know
great
you don't
surprise.
know
You don't tell me anything. You do shit behind the scenes. Don't say anything.
I said
We're talking about Bear Bryant. His name Bear Bryant.
Lil Wody said, "Stop bringing Shaun King on."
How you feel about that?
Lil Wody, remember?
Lil Odie, New Orleans.
Yeah, remember, homie? What he said? Go.
Got listen to him. Yeah.
Shaun King sucks. He said.
Damn.
LOL.
Damn.
What do you think about it?
I think it's your call. It's your show. So if you agree with him, then that's on you. I love Shaun King personally. I think he's
Lil Wody dropped me $150K right now, and I'll tell Shaun King he's done right now, or I'm blocking you. Now what? Now what? Now I'm gonna block you unless you drop $150K right now.
Jake Luke is my fault.
I don't get it.
There you go, Jake. There you go. He messed my flow up. The intro was subpar at best.
BPS.
So he messed my laugh up. He messed my whole intro up.
All right, well, fuck it.
But we back though. We live, man. Excited for all you guys here. Loaded show. Hit that like button right now. And I'm ready to hear that quote of the day, JB. Let me know. Your energy sucks. You said mine sucked yesterday. Yours is ass. You didn't get no sleep last night.
Let's dive into the quote of the day, brought to you by betonline.ag. Use the promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV, for 50% off plus welcome bonus on the Coach JB Show with Big Smitty, the realest show on planet Earth. I should be an auctioneer. I can sell cars, sell Eskimo to ice to an Eskimo. I can do it all. Short, fast, skinny, tall. I fuck it all. Quote of the day, brought to you by BetOnline, as I just said. Judge a man by his questions, not by his answers.
Ooh, that's top 11. That's top 11 right there. I like that, homie. That's a deeper thought. Like,
Top 11.
Top 11.
You don't know the top 10.
I do, homie. I got a list.
Give me them.
No, I'm not.
Judge a man by his questions, not by his answers. That's why I always ask you, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Answer this, then.
Yeah.
Don't I always say, well, answer this. Answer me this. Huh? Contrary to belief, brought to you by Prize Picks. Head on over there. Use the promo code Coach JB. Adversity makes men, and money create monsters.
We could dive into that for like an hour long if we wanted to.
Adversity makes men.
Yeah.
So stop raising sheep out there, single mothers and fathers. Start raising wolves, because adversity makes men. And money creates monsters. Look at what's happening in college football today. Did you ever think it would get like this? Money is the root of all evil.
That quote
we already
is
know
true.
it. Not a quote. It's a contrary to
contrary,
belief.
whatever. It's still a quote. It's a statement. That's true to the, but there's more nuance to it though.
We don't want to hear that.
Like me and you, we make money.
Don't matter. That's
You're not a monster.
But I didn't get.
At some point,
I didn't get money at 17 years old, homie.
See,
I had to go through adversity.
Nuance.
Nuance, let me ask you this: how many cats you know, your mother, father included, just got 500 dropped on them at 17?
My family's broke.
Okay, but I'm just saying, anyone you know. I said anyone you know.
I'm not with money.
500 G's though at 17 just dropped in their lap, and you expect them now to gain some fucking tough skin and go through some adversity? These cats ain't never gone through it.
But
what we used to tell her? What would you used to get told by your parents though when you were young? Son, hard times are gonna come. You got to get through them, and you'll be successful. At the end of the day, you'll look back on these times and say, "This is what I went through. These trials and tribulations." You're God-fearing man, right?
That's because we was broke.
Oh, so that's what I'm saying.
In poor homes, you got to come up with like some creative ways to keep people motivated, keep the kids going. So you got to come up with different stuff. But basically, your statement is that if you got a wealthy household, then you're fucked.
No,
that's basically what you're saying.
I'm not saying that.
Like
I'm saying the money. I said money creates. I didn't say money. You're being wealthy already. They already had the money. Money creates monsters. Look what's happening across everywhere you look at. Money's creating these monsters, homie.
That could be an hour topic right there.
Well, we'll make it one day. We'll talk about it for an hour right now. Who's going to change us? Real Shaun, Planet ERF. Poll question real quick. All you guys dive in. We'll take some callers later on as well.
No, we're not.
We got a UNLV insider joining us in the first 30, 45 minutes. Don't go in the bathroom 30, 45 minutes. Poll question.
What time?
When does the NIL implode on college football? We're starting to see it, Smitty. You guys drop that question in there. We'll dive into it. When does the NIL implode and blow college football up? Because I'm telling you, it started, Smitty.
I mean, I agree with you. I think we're seeing it right now.
So then ask the question, when then
now.
does it implode?
Like now.
It's done right now. It's already done? It's blown up right now? It's over?
Starting right now. When will it fully implode? I don't know. Maybe next year. It's hard to read right now. This part of what's going on with the NIL situation, I don't like it. I hate it because at the end of the day, they're not keeping the main thing. I said this on a Spaces yesterday.
We had a crazy Spaces last night. I don't do Spaces, by the way, but it was crazy.
It was
a couple
crazy.
thousand people in there.
Shout out to y'all, man. But like the players aren't keeping the main thing, which is playing the game that you love. Like at the end of the day, we played football when we were little kids out in the backyard, you know what I'm saying, out in the streets, because we just loved the game, loved the competition. And then we found out that we were actually a little more athletic, a little different than people in the neighborhood. So we actually put the pads on and started to get coached up and learn. It was a process to get you to that point. So now it's like you get to college, ton of money to be made. You know me, I'm all about making your bread. But handle that before the season, preseason, whatever the contract situation is supposed to be, whatever NIL situation is supposed to be, transfer to the school you want to transfer to. But once you make that decision, you're locked in and ain't no switching up. Go out there and play. You can't go into a season, play 3-4 games, but you know what? Never mind. I feel like I'm out playing my deal right now. I'm done playing. I'm sitting out. Like what? How can you even have that feeling as a player, as a competitor, looking your teammates in their eyes, going through a training camp with them, weight room, class, you got roommates, I'm assuming, that are your teammates, and you're looking them in their eyes every day, and you're able to go there and be, you know what, I'm done playing in the middle of the season. I just couldn't do it, even in the event that the coaches kind of played me, because two things can be true. So let's say the coaches lied to you verbally and say, hey, if you sign, we're going to give you $150,000. And then you get there, you tried to trust them. You thought the payment would come at a certain time frame, but they only gave you, $10,000. I would be pissed. And I'm saying hold them accountable. But I'm saying at the end of the day, you got to finish what you started, though, not because of the coaches, because of your teammates, your brothers, and also for yourself, because NFL teams are looking at this, and they don't care about the nuance of the situation, whether you're in the right or the wrong. They're looking at this as if could you be a nuance, issue in our locker room? Could you be someone who will fall or leave as soon as pain or problems come and hit you? That's what NFL teams are thinking. So to me, it's a bad look on yourself, and shame on his agent and his family members for not directing the kid in the right place. So that's where I'm starting at, JB.
First of all, it starts with the portal. I said it 4 years ago. This is the worst idea they ever did. Make it a one-time transfer like it used to be. The portal is the main issue. Number one, get rid of the portal. Kids will have to actually drop their nuts and stay put and finish what they committed to. That's number one. What happened to committing? What happened to our word? What happened to our word is bond? What happened to integrity and some sort of character? These kids are 17. We're teaching them what? Teaching them just it's about bags, money. That's it. Don't do anything else for anyone else. That's fucking crazy to me. The portal, it starts with the portal. That's the root of all evil. And then the way the NIL is, it's pay for play. It's pay for play. It's not NIL. It's not name, image, and likeness. These kids aren't getting paid off their name, image, and likeness. They're getting paid when the coach walks in the home and talks to the parent. And the parent's first things out her mouth or his mouth is, how much money are you going to pay my son? It isn't about, coach, you think he can sell 5,000 jerseys in the student store? That's his name, image, likeness, right?
Right.
It's not about name, image, likeness. It's pay to play. This is a joke. It's gone spiraled out of control. I said it 4 years ago. This is what it's going to be. This is what it is turning into be. More people need to listen, but they don't. But it is what it is. They're starting to, though, as the show grows. They're starting to see, damn, we've been saying this for some time now. This is what it is. I've been telling you guys, man, it is a mockery. You can't put the paste back in the tube. And now you have created, you've opened Pandora's box to where it's, I don't know if you ever get it back, Smitty. I don't know if you ever get it back. This is what they started. And it's funny to me that the Jay Wizzles and all these fucks in the chat defend all this, talk about collectives and all this. By the way, we didn't play with collectives, homie. There was no such thing as collectives. And by the way, stop giving these dumbass kids a pass. You want to tell us that they're professionals on one hand, and then in the left hand, you're going to tell us it's about the adults fucking them. Well, wait up. Make it make sense, homie. So why didn't the kid sign a fucking contract? Why didn't he sign a contract? Why did he not have an agent? Oh, but guess what? He has an agent now. He got an agent after week 3 when they beat Kansas. And then he came in and said, you know what? I beat Kansas. I deserve more money. Guess what the truth is, dog? You're a 43% completion percentage quarterback. Nobody else wanted you. You went to a fucking prep school. No one wanted you but Holy Cross. You're not very good. UNLV's helped you and make you who you are with a good structure and organization around you. Coach Odom is actually giving you a shot. You aren't giving them a shot. UNLV doesn't pay, Smitty, just so we're clear. I want to be clear here in this whole NIL thing. UNLV don't pay players. They never have. And everyone thinks, oh, it's Vegas. They got more money than God. No, they don't. Because the money they have may be more than God. You know what it is? It's called casino money. It's casino money. Casino money and the NCAA don't mesh. Then you got the fucking mob involved in between that. You think the NCAA and the mob are going to fucking shake hands? So you guys don't understand how deep this runs. This is a lot bigger than that. That's a reason why there's no 5 stars going to UNLV. Why don't Barry Odom have 10 5-stars like Tennessee and Alabama and Georgia? If Vegas is such a fucking hotbed for money. They don't pay players. They haven't paid since Jerry Tarkanian and Larry Johnson and fucking Moses Scurry and fucking the great teams from Vegas back in the day in basketball. This ain't that. This ain't that. Vegas don't pay players. They're not getting those players. Barry Odom's built a program there. They got some young, energetic coaches around, a JUCO guy that's running the offense. And guess what? They gave this quarterback an opportunity, and bam. Now he leaves week 3, Smitty. Week 3. And what happened to redshirt and Smitty?
Off the back.
Not only that, but like if you don't redshirt after your freshman year, like as a freshman,
yeah,
usually you redshirt and then you play your 4 years, right?
Yeah, typically.
Like we got motherfuckers redshirt in year 3, game 3,
senior year,
game 5. I'm gonna redshirt. Didn't Bear sign with Georgia, committed to Georgia, decommitted to Georgia, signed again at Georgia, left Georgia, goes to USC. Now he played last year at USC, and now he's redshirting after he played a year, after they gave him a fucking penthouse right over here in downtown LA, Wilshire. They gave him a penthouse overlooking Westwood. And now he wants to redshirt because his handler, which I call a street agent by the last name of Jones, who he looks up to, is now telling everybody it's not about money, it's about playing time. And this is why we came here. And if we can't play 40 snaps a game, we're not giving USC our all. So therefore, we'll sit. No, you're not good enough to start. And all the film I've seen is you look like you're on fucking roller skates. You're getting double teamed like Diddy. Like, what are you doing? Play your fucking commitment out, homie, or get the fuck out. USC, Smitty, unlike UNLV, USC sold itself to the devil and lost getting this cat. Because this is a dude that was at Georgia who's supposedly the top 5 D lineman in America, goes to Georgia. That would have been the first indicator for me. Why are you leaving Georgia, dog?
Come on now.
Are you that good? You from Georgia?
From
Why would
Georgia.
you leave Georgia?
That's school right now.
If you're not, that means it tells me something's wrong, and that's an indicator. I would have never took him at UNLV. Or I mean at USC. I would have never took this dude. If you can't play at Georgia, why do you think you could play for me? That's the problem. That's the mindset we have right now. See, I called it other people's trash. I didn't take them. Never did. Ask anybody. Never took another piece of trash. You know why? Because if you couldn't play there, my goals and standards were above Georgia as I built the program. Everybody on the outside will say, well, you're independent. You should take whatever you can. No, that's not the mindset. You'll never be great if you think that way. USC thinks that way, homie. That's why they take other people's trash. How about don't take the motherfucker? And then people open their eyes like, oh, shit, USC, serious organization. They're serious business. Barry Odom took this quarterback, Smitty. Took him and gave him an opportunity at UNLV.
Let me ask you this real quick, though. Just being devil's advocate for this situation. I think the Bears situation is separate from the Matthew Sluga. They're similar, but it's different. They're claiming on his side that he was promised X amount and he has not received X amount. What do you say to that point? If that's true, let's just say that's true for argument purposes. If Barry Odom or whoever at the coach there said, hey, you come here, we're going to give you $100,000. He said, bet, we agreed on it. I get here and you only give me 3. Is the coach or who are they not wrong in that example? If that's true.
Yeah, but that can't be true. It's like it goes back to Tyreek Hill. It can't be true because I'm not going there, homie. I want it on paper. Someone said on DM, hit me up. So, coach, you saying you took a job for $100K and then you get there and you didn't get paid? How stupid do you sound, homie? You think I'm a grown man's going to go in there without a signed fucking piece of paper that tells me what I'm getting? Like, stop. You guys stop giving these kids excuses, dog. He went out and won a few games. He knew he wasn't worth nowhere near $100K. That's why he went to Vegas. Why are you guys all dismissing this?
Right.
He wasn't very good. So he got a shot, an opportunity. He goes and wins 3 games. By the way, he's 43% completions on the season. He hasn't been very good if you look at it. Shaun King came on this show a month ago and said UNLV won't be a playoff team because of the quarterback not being very good. Go back and rewind and watch what Shaun King had to say. Now, guess what? This guy thinks he's better than fucking the team. Period. He thinks he's better than the team because they're 3-0 and not because of him, dog. It's not like this motherfucker's done things that we've never seen at the quarterback position at UNLV. Okay? And now he wants money because he went 3-0.
That's insane.
I'm just saying. The offense they run, if you go look at what they do, it's similar to what Andy Reid and the Chiefs do. So he's getting a lot of yak yards from a bunch of freak wideouts. They got 5 legitimate big-time wideouts at UNLV. Go check it out. And guess what? Get the motherfuckers the ball in the Mountain West and go beat a Power 5 here and there like you can nowadays. And guess what? Now this motherfucker is what? Talking about like he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. This motherfucker now wouldn't go renegotiate. How you going to renegotiate? You just got an agent, homie. You didn't have an agent. Or you would have had this on paper from the jump and your mind would have been free and you would be playing football right now. But you're worried about money in the middle of the season because you haven't got your money. And let me be clear here. let's just add this up and do the math here because the math ain't mathing. He's now on one side said he was promised $100K, right?
Yep.
Well, the fact of the matter is he said he's getting $3K a month. He said it, right? He said it. He said, I got $3K.
For relocation.
He said that I get $3K. And he also said in another thing, I get $3K a month.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Okay, so add it up for me, please. I'm not a math major, but add $3K a month up. And how many months is that to equal $100K? So 12, by the way, is $36K. So this motherfucker's on a 4-year fucking contract at UNLV, $3,000 a month. When is he going to get $100K? In 5 fucking years? See, y'all don't listen and look at all the little nuances, dog. It don't add up. The money don't add up. And this guy's, what he's saying is not, it's contradicting. And it sounds like, oh shit, I could have got more money. Smitty, it's like, here you go, dog. Here's $20. Help me wash the car. And then you're like, I could have asked you for $500, huh?
Right.
And then I'd be like, Smitty, you'll never know. You'll never know.
I could do something like that.
That's the situation, dog.
Yep.
That's the scenario we're in right now.
Damn, I should have asked for more.
Yep. You'll never know. And this motherfucker now is trying to like get back and go back and say, well, I beat Kansas. I should get more money. You know what I'm saying? Nah, it don't work that way.
It's not even smart. Like, it's only been 3 games, though. Like, even if you wanted to do this, all right, at least be smart with it. You did it 3 games in. Who knows? Who's to say that y'all gonna just keep winning?
I mean,
with you playing or not? Like, who's to say that? You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't like y'all 8-0 and now y'all ranked top 12 and you think y'all might get in the playoff. Like, he don't have as much leverage as he thinks he does, in my opinion.
Not very good, though.
He ain't that good. The system is a system to where you can kind of, I would say, plug and play to an extent, based on what you just said.
I want to bet the backup that comes in here, who I know who he is, too. He's an athletic guy. He was at
Is he a brother?
Yeah, he was at Campbell.
Oh, yeah, brother. Then.
He was at Campbell. Go check him out. Watch how they
might be better.
They're not going to miss a beat. I'm just telling you right now, they're not going to miss a beat because the offense. It's the system, dog. The system there, and you run tempo in college football now. Watch Central Florida this week against Colorado. The master of tempo and control of the line of scrimmage with Gus Malzahn, who leads the nation, I believe, in total offense and yards per carry and rushing yards and all that. Let's see a good Colorado defense play a great tempo rush offense, and let's see what ends up happening. Tempo early in the season, this is week 4, is very, very hard to stop.
It is.
I'm just telling you. So UNLV is going to have the same success, in my opinion, I'm calling it now, that they had with this kid. This kid was not fucking some special-ass kid that we've never seen before. He's acting like he's fucking Tom Brady. And if I was on that team, that motherfucker better not be around Vegas.
Let me ask you this real quick, but before we transition. What do you say for the people who are saying, well, this cat isn't that good? He knows that. He knows he's not playing at the next level, so he's trying to cash out right now.
Then we're in the wrong. We're in it for the wrong reasons. The contracts from the jump are for the wrong reasons, and we need to eliminate the whole process because the NCAA now sees it because it started. And don't act like this just was a coincidence that Bear Alexander, the running back at UNLV, the quarterback at UNLV, and how many more that we don't know about yet, all didn't DM each other on their fucking phone and make this a statement day. They knew the day they were doing this. They all were in on it together. Don't be shocked if they all end up at the same school, and don't be shocked if they have the same agent. These street agents are out here fucking coursing kids into doing this dumbass shit because we live in the 7-on-7 fucking street agent world where these guys have no fucking idea about football. All they care about is the piece of meat in the meat market. And that's what it is. And I'm just telling you, watch. All these motherfuckers end up in the same school. Don't be shocked, dog. I'm telling you right now.
So if you was coaching this kid, so if you're the head coach of UNLV, he just came to your office and said, hey, coach, I'm about the red shirt because of the money situation. What's your message to Matthew?
Get the fuck out of here. Are you kidding me? And then he said, no, I really am. There's no more conversation. Get the fuck out of my room before I choke the fuck out of you and get fired. Or I might have my players fucking beat your ass.
So you like call somebody on the team, but hey.
Nah, my players would have fucking probably walked in there and did it. I've had it happen before.
Like in your office?
Yeah.
Like stumped out.
On the field. You should have saw on the field one day. I had a kid talking back to me, and one of my linemen went over and fucking mollywopped him from the back, dog, like they cleated him in gear. We're in practice.
Yeah.
Like, stop talking back to coach. Like, yeah, I'm telling you, dog. Okay? It is what it is. Y'all don't want to believe me?
See what happened to
You
me.
could ask somebody. You could ask somebody.
I believe it when happened to me, though. If I was
You could ask somebody. Here's the thing, though. Real recognizes real at the end of the day. It don't matter who says it, where it is, what scenario it is. The whole bottom line is real recognizes real. Kids, regardless of age, generation, what have you, will still recognize real. And I think the kids understand it. I'm sure majority of that roster is bought in. I know Coach Odom very well. I know some of that staff. Coach Odom is probably one of the most transparent, upfront humans I've ever met. He does it with his assistant coaches, his staff, his players. You know where you stand with Coach Odom. I'm just telling you, dog, from his Missouri days to his Wyoming days, I'm telling you, this is who the man is. I find it hard-pressed that he knew something was going on. He allowed his coaches to promise some $100,000 deal. By the way, dog, collectives are the ones that promise. Coaches are not even involved. There's a compliance officer now in charge of NIL trust fund money. Players can't go over there, or coaches can't go over there and start saying, here, come here for $100K. Listen, you can say it all you want, but those are fucking things that will be found out, violation, and you'll be fired or you'll be fucking done by the NCAA. They'll suspend you like they did Harbaugh, like they've done these other guys. I'm just telling you, Odom ain't going for that shit. He has a track record. So I'm just telling you, I don't see the scenario that this kid all of a sudden is now claiming he didn't get paid, Smitty, after the 3-0. And now the rumors are that, and he's leaked some shit that, oh, well, I think I'm worth more than you were willing to pay me. So that's the problem.
Right. That's the bigger problem. Let's move back to Bear a little bit. I know we've been talking heavily on Sluka. I want to go back to Bear. So for my own clarity, for the fans' clarity, he's claiming that the reason why he's redshirting has nothing to do with money. Right. It's all about playing time. He had 21 snaps, I want to say, last week against Michigan.
On skates. Did you see the videos?
On skates. I saw that. And to your point earlier, if you're a D tackle, that's the position. That's the one position where if you a baller and you making plays, you're going to be on the field. Point blank, period. When I was a freshman and a sophomore at Ball State, I wasn't a starter yet. I had to learn the ropes. It was times where I was on skates. I was underweight. I was learning the speed. I rotated in, played a little bit. But my reps, I was getting 15 plays here and there, 20 plays.
How about you do something with those snaps?
Exactly. And that's what got me to the point my junior year where I ended up becoming a full-time starter, getting 70 snaps, becoming all conference. It was a process. And I was cool with that. I was cool with being patient. But I think the fact that, the star system that we talk about, these players,
for coaches fired.
They see these 5 stars next to their name, and everybody is just kissing their ass from freshman year of high school, probably even before, all the way up until college. And then you get humbled in college and you don't know how to react because you ain't used to this. You've been the biggest star, the biggest player in Georgia, your school, your high school, your middle school, all these years. And then you get humbled because the film don't lie. The eye in the sky don't lie, JB. The film going to tell you the truth. You can talk about all this. You can say you a 5-star, 4-star, 10-star. But at the end of the day, when we watch the tape, what are you doing? And if you're only playing 21 plays, it's a reason. I ain't going to lie. I used to be happy sometime when I was a rotator because as a D lineman, you go there for 25 plays and you know you got 25 plays. I'm fresh as hell. Like, it's going to be a great 25 reps. I'm running to the ball full blown. I'm getting off the rock. I'm pass rush at a high level. I'm trying out moves because you're fresh if you ain't playing 20-some plays. My thing is, like you said, JB, what are you doing with the 21 plays? Out of those 21 plays, 10 of them you getting your ass drove back. So what do you complain? Why, as a head coach, why am I looking at the tape? What about this tape is making me feel like, damn, I need to put Barry in. Like he's causing havoc.
Here's a problem.
You got ran all over, 300 rushing, you had 32 passing yards, Bear. That's you up front as the leader, homie. Go ahead, JP.
Here's a problem. But what do I know? How long have I been saying stop fucking doing what you're doing and expecting a different result? You pay these motherfuckers. You give them a house and a penthouse. You give them a fucking car and a Hellcat and a fucking Lamborghini, and you don't think they're not hungry? You think they're going to be hungrier? Come on, homie. Stop.
I'll still be hungry, JB, but I'm built different. I swear I am.
Stop.
If I got paid, I would feel like I have to perform. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would do like, damn, they gave me $100,000. I'm living in a wheelchair.
No, it's just so
I
soft.
got a ball.
Like, it starts with the kid's name.
Bear?
Bear.
What's wrong with Bear?
You're fucking a pussycat. You're a cub. You're not a bear, homie. And who named you? Bear? Should have his motherfucking ass beat today. Right now. Whoever called you Bear should have his motherfucking ass.
Hold on, we don't know who named him now.
I don't care.
Out of respect.
I don't give a fuck.
It could be anybody.
If it was a woman, then another woman needs to come beat her ass. If it was a dude, then you need to go check him.
My grandma named me, though. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know who named him, so I'm trying to respect.
I don't care. But I said if it was a girl, then a girl needs to beat her ass. I'm not going to say a guy should beat her ass.
Of course.
A girl should go beat that woman's ass, whoever named him.
No matter what the age is.
No matter what the name is. Because he came out as probably some big old chubby cheek, fat, and they called him Bear, right? We all have that. They called me Bubba.
Bubba.
Bubba, yeah.
You look like a Bubba, too.
You know why? Because Hubba Bubba was my favorite gum.
The gun, the thick-ass
You don't know
gum.
about Hubba Bubba.
Come on, homie. I grew up old school, too. Homie,
Well,
Hubba Bubba, thick-ass gum.
And I called it, we had a cat when I was young in Compton. We had a cat. I called it Bubba because I couldn't say nothing else.
Yeah.
So they called me Bubba. They called me Bubba.
They called me Juice because when I was a baby, I was always go to my mom.
One
One of my first words was juice. And I'm still drinking juice to this day. Can I call you Bubba like for the next hour and not go back to JB?
No.
That's a cool name, Bubba. That's kind of like hard, like Bubba.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit, Bubba's here. Like you down the street or something, like it's some real beef. No. Oh my God, Bubba's here.
That's not it.
Get out the way. Like JB sounds pussy, but like Bubba's here. JB's here. Fuck is a JB.
Yeah, the way you said it sounds real soft.
How would you say it though? Like to make it sound hard.
They also call me the white man dingo. I don't know if you knew that, but that was also what they called me.
I'm not calling you that.
I'm not going to tell you why.
I'm not calling you that.
You can call me that for the next hour.
I ain't calling you that at all. I'll never lie to the people anyway.
Let's dive into the rest of the show, Smitty, that you're bullshitting on.
Hey, we getting better at this like back and forth shit, JB. Like,
really.
No. I can tell that we've been working together for a long time because we can just we can go from serious topic to bullshit like that and then back to serious. And it's like a natural, just
I
like
go from gate. I was doing it with you. I
taught
you a year and a half ago.
No, our connection wasn't like that. It wasn't in sync yet. Like Kobe and Shaq needed a season to get under their belt so where they can mesh together.
Not really.
Jordan and Pippen needed a season together. That's what it is.
Because I think it was regular. Here's why this whole thing's transcending upwards. Reggie Bush now is suing USC and the NCAA and the Pac-12 for compensation for past use of his name, image, and likeness. Remember, number 5 jerseys were everywhere. They sold 5 million in San Diego alone, and you saw them everywhere in the Coliseum. Reggie Bush in number 5 was everywhere. But I knew once they gave him back and put him back in good standing and reinstated his name, I knew it was coming down the pipe. And this is what you're going to start seeing. You're going to start seeing more and more guys coming out and suing. So I need to get in on this, Smitty. I need to get in on it somehow. I'm in that 7-year window too, dog. My Netflix show was 7 years, dog. It was 7 years. These motherfuckers are going back. Reggie Bush played when?
05.
Okay, so that's if he can sue, I'm suing. Fuck it.
But respectfully, you weren't that good as a player, and you wasn't making no money as a player.
We're talking about
Netflix.
He ain't suing for his playing capability.
So who you gonna sue, Netflix or NCAA? Who you gonna sue?
Netflix.
All right, well,
my name, image, and likeness.
Should have been did that, homie.
My name, image, and likeness is involved, homie.
Would you send a McAfee show? My name, image, and likeness. You should have been did that, homie. You late.
And what did what's his name say? Oh shit.
Yeah, he's shit.
What's the name of the DB?
Darius Butler. D Bud, coach, former coach. But yeah, no, I'm with you. I mean, listen, if Reggie Bush wins, that was good. If Reggie Bush wins, if Reggie Bush wins this, it's gonna be very interesting to see like other players like Johnny Football.
He's coming in.
Tebow's not gonna sue because
he already got it.
Tebow's too nice, but like a Tebow.
And he worried about it. He helping out with a lot of
Cam Newton. Like I'm just thinking about guys who just had the big brand and the big name. Shout out to Tim Tebow, man. He's been doing Lord's work, and people used to make fun of him for doing it, but he stood on business. He continued to keep his faith. Nobody's perfect, homie. Like, come on, bro. He's a good dude at the end of the day. But Reggie Bush, though, that's my guy. And he's a man. And at the end of the day, he's not perfect, homie. Okay, he slipped up a couple times, homie. Like,
he slipped up more than a couple times.
Okay, homie, that's a good thing. But Reggie Bush, though, this man, Reggie Bush is the reason why myself and a lot of other people in my generation became big fans of college football. You understand that the era he was in college, I was like a fifth or sixth grader.
What is this about?
Evan Volpe, JB net worth according to Google is around 800,000. Actually, it's actually more, homie. Contrary to belief.
I mean, I guess net worth. What does that mean?
That's everything. So that's all your assets. That's liquid.
Well,
that's liquid cash.
My house is more than that.
Exactly. So that's your house. That's
house more than that.
That's your house. That's your yacht. That's your.
Oh, well,
stuff.
let's dive. We got something special. We got somebody here, man. We got a special guest here. My main man. I've known this brother for a while now. He's a good dude. He is on the site, on campus.
Yes.
What I mean by on campus, meaning both feet down, right there in
10 toes.
Las Vegas, on the strip. Knows everything UNLV from basketball to football to NIL to collectives to coaches. And he's going to give us a little bit of insight on what's actually happening down there in Sin City. Let's bring our main man in. Joe Origo, UNLV.
Shout out to my guy, Jay. Hey, what's going on?
Hey, what's up, fellas? How you doing today?
What up, brother? You up, man?
Too long.
Man, I know how you do it this early in the morning, man. Like I
Come
can't
on,
do
man.
it.
Hey, our passion wakes us up, homie.
Hey, where you at, dog? You in the hotel? Or
Nah, I'm at the crib in the room in one of the rooms where we do all the recording. So
oh, okay.
Okay.
I like how that
You got big money.
Out.
It's like blurred a little bit.
Yeah, you got big money, big access.
Yeah, I'm trying to get like you guys. What
You love me,
talking
10
about?
right? Hey, people with money always say that. I'm trying to get like you. Nah, we trying to get like you.
Hey, Evan Volpe, pull up his net worth, you fucking bitch. But anyway, Joe, let's dive into something, man. What do you know, man? What's going on? What do you know about UNLV as far as this quarterback scenario? The running back was a fourth stringer. I know he already transferred from NC State, and I heard some interesting things about him. And people that I know are like, man, I wish Odom wouldn't even have took that running back because he did NC State the same way during a rivalry week last year when they were about to play Duke, and then they were supposed to get ready on rivalry week. They got their ass whipped against Duke, getting ready for North Carolina, their rival, and he quit and jumped out and right in the middle of a rivalry week. So people are saying, well, Barry should have known that and wouldn't even have took him from the jump. But he's a fourth-string running back, apparently. He's talking about touches, so we're not even worried about him. The quarterback's the big news. And then you got Bear Alexander, a guy that left Georgia who was a five-star, who USC gave basically a penthouse on Wilshire Boulevard overlooking fucking Westwood too. Where are you at with all this in totality, and then specifically what's going on there in Vegas?
I think Sluka set off a firestorm. Like I think this is going to be the new norm, unfortunately. I mean, guys that have a redshirt year available get to that fourth game, and if they don't get what they want, then bounce. And it's a bitch move to me. Like I'll be honest with you. Do something like that. Like you're dogging out your teammates, man. You're letting them down. And I'm from the old school, man. You just thug it out. At the end of the day, thug it out. Like with Sluka's case, what I know is I got a call on Tuesday afternoon. I'm having lunch with my business partners, and I get a call, and it's like, what happened with Sluka? And I'm like, what? So I start, doing my normal thing, and someone calls me and says, yo, he went into Odom's office and essentially but asked for $300. Said, my new estimated value is $300,000, and I need that to stay. Now the cool part is this: his agent is Marcus Cromartie, who is Antonio Cromartie's brother.
Okay. I know. I coached.
So I say that with this: Marcus is not licensed in the state of Nevada to be an agent. So if you go to Sluka's Twitter account, he's been with Elite, whatever it's called, since January 22nd, 2024. So why all of a sudden in August is Cromartie reaching out to the NIL Foundation? The NIL Foundation and they told him, you can't do anything. You're not licensed to negotiate any deals.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They sent him the paperwork to fill out to get licensed. He never did. Like this is like, I got all this. I was at Barry's show last night, and then all the details start coming out with everything. And Barry had no idea that this was going on. He did not authorize $100,000 like the kid says. And if they're not negotiating the deal right, how do you know it's $100,000?
That's what I'm saying.
Doing on radio yesterday, I'm talking about, it's 100. How did you know this if you're not negotiating the deal? So you're telling on yourself now. So then the school got involved. The school said yesterday that basically,
so who gets involved?
Compliance got involved. Yeah, compliance was involved yesterday. With everything they have a blueprint. It's called Blueprint. They have a bunch of schools under their umbrella. They handle all the NIL stuff for a bunch of schools, like Utah is one of them, Penn State, whatever, Arizona, and they're the ones that kind of handled everything. They're the ones that they're supposed to handle everything. So he dropped a bunch of names as far as like coaches that are assistant coach that allegedly said it'll be $100K.
Right.
The name that he dropped, I know he does his name. He purposely keeps his name out of things because he can be a head coach. So there's just a lot of things that don't add up. And when it comes back to it, all of a sudden you're doing PR in the morning, which your brother is on every show. Your dad's calling all national media to get on some type of going to do a PR blitz. But the school and the people at the NIL and everybody else, everything I've been told dating back to Tuesday afternoon, going through everything lines up just the same. Everybody's saying the same thing. So I don't necessarily believe what Sluka's talking about or Sluka's people are talking about. And to be clear, like I met Sluka back in January, February. He's a good dude. Like the guy seemed like a real good dude. Didn't seem like this was even an issue. But from my understanding, the players told me and coaches that told me the last couple of weeks he started distancing himself from all the players, all the coaches. And the guy that's taken over for him, he was a leader in the locker room. He's been there since January. He's got a big voice in the locker room. And the players, I mean, every captain spoke up and said, we're in better hands with Haj Malik Williams as the starting quarterback.
Ooh.
Damn. Read that, Smitty, real quick for the audio side. Bailey, pull that back up. This is a UNLV athletic statement, Joe. I'm sure you've read it, but Smitty, read it for the audio side.
Football player Matthew Sluka's representative made financial demands upon the university and its NIL collective in order to continue playing. UNLV Athletics interpreted these demands as a violation of the NCAA pay-for-play rules as well as Nevada state law. UNLV does not engage in such activity, nor does it respond to implied threats. UNLV has honored all previously agreed upon scholarships for Matthew Sluka. UNLV has conducted its due diligence and will continue to operate its programs within the framework of NCAA rules and regulations as well as Nevada state laws.
As well as Nevada state laws is the key there because, as Joe just said, Cromartie coming in there as a street agent basically is what he is. He's basically coming in as a handler, whatever you want to call it, a street agent. And at the bottom line is UNLV in the state of Nevada saying you can't even operate here. We can't even talk to you. It's like going to court. And you don't, and some dude in the crowd stands up and says, "I'm going to represent JB." You can't get the fuck out. Like this shit it just smells dirty. I've been saying it. I think this kid is distancing himself, as you said, and I didn't even need to hear that to know that because I'm like, dude. I told Smitty earlier, I'm like, this doesn't add up. This kid is trying to get out of there for some whatever reason. He either realizes he's not that good. He's a 44% completion percentage kid. It's not like he's Tom fucking Brady. And now all of a sudden they beat KU because of the structure and Barry Odom's system, in my opinion, and what they're building there in Vegas, not because of this kid. This kid is a Holy Cross fucking prep school kid with no offers. Like, come on, man. We're acting like this dude was a 5-star. Explain this real quick, Joe, and I know Smitty had a question. UNLV has a bad, I think, misconception. And I've known this for a long time. I've had many people I've known tight that coached there for a long time, and it's hard to win there, right? Since John Robinson was there with my former player Nate Turner and Jason Thomas at quarterback, and they had Rudolph at back, and they had some dudes at that time. They beat Arkansas actually in the Vegas Bowl. I was there for on the sideline. Why do people think Vegas is paying some crazy amount of money for NIL deals? They don't. They can't. They're using casino money, which is they may have more money than anybody, but they don't have oil money, which is actually legal ways to pay per the NCAA, but casino money is not. That's what people don't understand. Casino and NCAA doesn't mesh. And there's where are you going to get this money from in Vegas? Most people are tourists who live in LA, live in New York, live somewhere. They have a place in Vegas. They have an LLC or some business operation in Vegas because of the tax laws and all those things. People don't really want to dive into all that, but that's the bottom line. There's not a true, real Vegas per se, like homegrown collective. Everyone's from LA, New York, Chicago. They started back in the mob days. Nobody just was born there and raised there and billionaire. They're all shopped in. That's why there's just not 25 stars in Las Vegas every year, or there would be. This isn't the Larry Johnson and Tarkanian era. Like, I wish it was, because it was under the table then. But now,
yeah.
I don't know. Explain that, can you?
Well, yeah, absolutely. Like, first of all, you brought up, bringing up Larry Johnson and Tark and even Stacey Augman, Pasadena boy, everybody. You look at that group. These kids nowadays don't give a fuck because they weren't alive then. They don't even, some of them don't even know who Larry Johnson is. They see Tark's statue outside Thomas and Mack. They're like, who's this guy? Like, literally, you've had to have conversations. And this is even with basketball players. So like that's how crazy it is for us. That's our heyday. I mean, Jay, growing up I grew up in Southern California. I grew up in the IE, right? Every Wednesday and Saturday, we had West Coast basketball on KCAL Channel 9. And we were watching UNLV basketball. So we grew up watching those UNLV teams. At least I did. And it's like, I rock with them. I fuck with them. Tark's that guy, But the biggest misconception is the fact that UNLV hasn't any type of NIL deal or they have any type of funding. They don't have casino money doing anything for them.
I know.
That's the problem. Like,
there's no way they take hands with the NCAA. There's no way.
Well, I mean, but even at that, let's look at it from the business standpoint for the casino. What's the return on investment giving UNLV athletics any money whatsoever? It's not like they're driving everybody to the games on a Saturday to watch UNLV football. Maybe now with Barry there, Barry provided proof of concept for everybody. You can win in Vegas if you do it the right way. And I was listening to you earlier, and you hit the nail on the head. Barry's the most genuine, authentic coach I've ever met since I've been
transparent, right? He's transparent. I'm sure he tells you exactly like, oh, hey man, don't ask me this, ask me this. Like that motherfucker's gonna tell you beforehand, right?
Yeah, he'll be like, hey Joe, like, hey, we're not gonna talk about this, but if you ask it this way, I can maybe answer it a different way. Yeah. You're like, oh, okay, cool, then we'll have that conversation. But but the thing is they're not getting that money, so everybody thinks UNLV, oh, they have this, they're gonna get this casino money or they have this money. No, there's about 12 families in this city that really run everything, and this city is a lot like the way to this day, just to a little more quiet. There's like the 12 families that really run, they approve everything that goes on, and with their in their mind. And I've talked to a couple of people with them. I was in a meeting late last night with a group of them. They're pissed at the athletic department because they feel like the only time they get called is when when the athletic department needs some type of money. And I don't know if you guys heard, like UNLV and Air Force agreed to stay in the Mountain West, and they're getting a one-time payment to stay between $20 and $35 million to stay in the Mountain West. Mm-hmm. They're not going to the Pac-12. So from my,
you know this guy, and I know him well. He's a good friend of mine, and Pat Perez's. He's the biggest collective in Vegas. He's the biggest money maker there is. I'm not gonna say no names. He's a big time multi billionaire, and I hang out with him quite often. And he's like, dude, I can give all the money I want, but the bottom line is it doesn't necessarily mean it goes to X, Y, or Z. And that he said the same thing. They're very skeptical on how the athletic department operates with money coming in from outside sources, because the athletic department, they built those new facilities, but let's be honest, they're not Oregon. You built them on top of a little turf field there off the street, in the back of the fucking neighborhood. It's not like it's just, on the strip. You think about it, the stadium they had forever. At least now you're in you're in the Raider stadium. Back in the day, you had to go down in the hood and down there and play.
You're literally in the neighborhood. Yeah,
in the neighborhood. That's what a Vegas Bowl was. I actually liked it better because it's its own thing. But at the same time, it's not like you're going into Ohio State or Madison, Wisconsin, where it's a college town. Nobody gives a fuck about Vegas. Nobody cares about San Diego State. Nobody cares about USC and UCLA and LA. They're not football towns. They're too much other shit to go on. There's other shit. Like, I'll go to the casino if UNLV's shitty this year. I'll go to the Big Three when it comes to town. Like, they don't give a fuck. There's too much to do. LA's the same way. It's not like the Midwest, man. It's not Indiana. It's not Ohio. It's not Pennsylvania, where everyone's there sold out on their team no matter what. You know what I mean?
No, that's true. And the thing is with the money, so when the Fertitta complex got built Tony Sanchez was very direct to where every penny of that goes. This is the thing about Tony. He fundraised every penny of that complex himself. No help from the athletic department. He went and banged down doors. This is your head football coach doing that in a Division I program.
But he was a home, Northern Cali guy, but he had the roots, them Dana White roots, them roots when he was at Bishop, right?
Yep.
So he was a high school coach, yeah.
Yeah, but then see, and the athletic director at that time, Tina Kunzer Murphy, she went out. She was also very instrumental. One, hiring Tony. Two, helping him, maybe getting him in some doors that he may not have been able to get into. The next AD that comes in, Desiree Reed Francois, she went to the Pac-12 and Big 12 and said, what do we need to do as a university to get our athletic programs in there? She made sure that the school checked those boxes. All Eric Harper has to do, the current athletic director, is get him over the finish line. And he wasn't able to do that now. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm not going to take it. I know it's a $25, $35 million payment to stay in the Mountain West, but who are you going to play in there? I mean, it's you, Air Force, San Jose State, Wyoming, New Mexico, Hawaii, Reno, and then you bring in
San Jose leaving.
I don't think San Jose State leaves. I think they stay. I think the Pac-12 is going to pivot to maybe try to bring in Sacramento State or somebody like that. I don't think San Jose. All 7 schools that are currently in the Mountain West are going to sign the momentum of whatever the MOU, the basic center. They're going to stay after school. That's going to happen this morning.
Got you.
So all this is happening. It's crazy.
Let me ask you this: like earlier, you mentioned that with all this going on with these players, red shirting because of money, not playing, etc. You said that you believe like this is going to be what it is. Like how bad do you see this thing going? Like a year from now, you come on this show, we're talking about this. Like how far do you think this thing like gets to? I mean, does it get to a point where guys we talked about this a little bit yesterday, guys on like Georgia, some of the premier top clubs are in the playoffs, right? And now they're sitting out like, hey, you better give me $1 billion bonus or I'm not playing in this national championship game. Like, do you see it get to that point?
I don't think so, because what they're going to use, the players are going to use as leverage is their 4 games to redshirt. So if a kid played 4 games and is getting to the natty, they're going to be like, they're not going to sit out that. But if it's 3 games and you want to try to strong arm them, there might be somebody that tries it. I mean, when this happened, a coach on the staff called me and said, this is going to be the new norm. That he's the first, but watch the next 2 weeks and how many guys are going to end up doing this.
Hey, I sent Smitty a text yesterday morning after the show ended and the Sluka news broke and all that. And I sent a text to him from a buddy of mine that's in the NFL and said, Bear Alexander's going to do the same thing in the next hour. And sure enough, that motherfucker popped. And he was like, damn. And I was like, here it comes. Because these cats already know. These cats already know because the NFL GMs and scouting departments already are on top of it for evaluation purposes. Am I going to recruit or am I going to draft or even bring this kid into a pro day? Bear Alexander, Sluka, probably not now. Think about it. Like, is that going to start harming these kids? And that is why I question their circles. Mm-hmm. These fucking circles are a bunch of street agent idiots who are setting these kids up for further failure more than they already are. Just play the year out, dog, and at least show you have a little bit of fucking dignity and integrity. Like, I don't know, man. I've never seen it like this.
How disrespectful is it to the game, though? I mean, we all play ball. I started playing ball because I just love football. You know what I mean? I know you guys. It's the same with you guys, I would assume.
Why people look over that? I don't have an idea. Everyone just comes back to JB. If you got promised this money, blah blah blah. Well, first of all, there's no contract in place, and stop miss me with the verbal shit. You know how many homie verbal fucking deals we have heard in our lives? Come on, dog. Hey, dog, get you your $20.
Right.
Like, dog, miss me with this verbal shit. Show me on paper or shut the fuck up and honor your fucking commitment.
Hey, homie, I'm gonna see no cigars tomorrow. We heard that 1,000 times. Coach Fred,
I had another coach text me or call me yesterday. I was on my way to the school to get some content, and he said, "This reminds me of just the dope game. Like if you're on the block, the guy comes in with the price, and you pay him the price. All of a sudden, he comes and tries to raise him. You're gonna tell him to kick rocks, get the fuck out of here." So, I mean, for me, like I do think this opens up a big can of worms going forward. Like I wasn't surprised with Bear because I did see something where his dad was trying to show, oh, the defense, this is what happens when you get washed or whatever. And it's his own kid trying to put blame on other players. And somebody went in and just started just lambasting him, saying, bro, look, he did this. That's why this gap opened up. He did this. And just stick to coaching DBs. Like, don't even talk about your son at this point. So, I mean, but this also shows guys in the NFL and other colleges who loves the game, who's serious about the game, and who you want to have on your team. Now, I personally think when it comes to Sluka, just him in this case, I think he just got bad advice from a bad person. I mean, I don't know. I met Cromartie one time, but I think he's got bad advice, and he's trying to leverage something that I think is in a bit over his head. But with other players, like I think, didn't you guys say it yesterday? If the quarterback for Northern Illinois, like, why did he? If this is the case, why ain't he walking in saying, "Hey, I beat Notre Dame. My value went up."
I said that yesterday. Why isn't he walking in there? Like, shit, I'd be thinking he's a little more worth this guy.
Well, yeah, and he's a 43% passer. I mean, if we're going to keep it a buck, right? Brendan Marion hasn't been able to really run the offense because his inability to pass. You don't see a lot of orbit motions. You don't see them. And you have this is their thing. You got an all-American receiver in Ricky White. Came back the leading receiver in the nation with over 1,400 yards coming back last year. And you're not able to get him the ball. Like, through 3 games, like I think he has 4 touchdowns, but it's less than 200 yards receiving. Like, this is a guy that is an NFL caliber wide receiver, and you're not getting him the ball. You have another All-American. He's a kick returner, but he's your slot receiver with Jacob DeJesus. You're not getting him the ball. You bring in these receiver from Texas, Kane. You're not able to get him the ball, and he stretches the field. They're like, you're become one-dimensional.
Let me ask you this: when does Barry Odom go into this kid and say, "Hey, you threw 3 fucking picks. I want $100,000 back, bitch"? I want to know that. I want to know when the fucking coaches start standing on business and saying, "Hey, dog, you fucking lost me the game, motherfucker. Give me my fucking money back." That's what I want to see. Hey, dog, you were fucking around on the strip last night and you stole a bottle of fucking yak. Give me my fucking money back. I don't see the other side, but all I see are these fucking chat clowns who sit there and say, well, it's okay for a coach to leave and take a bigger bag though, huh, coach? Yeah, it is, motherfucker. They're 45 years old, got a whole fucking family to support. And guess what? If you worked at Walmart and Target came and said, hey, dog, here's a $100,000 raise, you're going. So stop comparing a 17-year-old to a 45-year-old that's already been through the fucking thick and the thin. These kids don't even know how to change their oil on their fucking car yet, and you're giving them the car keys to a Lamborghini, and you wonder why we have all these fucking DUIs. Like, I'm trying to figure out how we're putting the pace back in the tube. It's not ever going back. This is Pandora's box has been open. Like, I'm trying to figure out how when we started sitting out bowl games, Smitty and I, when you started opting out of bowl games years ago, I told him last year, I said, I'm telling you right now, the playoffs, you're going to have a motherfucker sit out. You're going to have some cats sit out these fucking 12-team playoff games because I'm telling you right now, the 12-team playoff, you're going to get a 12-seed Liberty who has to play a fucking, I guess the first 4 will get a bye. So they'll play the 5th best team. And let's just say all things real, Notre Dame's the 5th seed and they're undefeated. And I know they're not now, but let's say they're undefeated, but they're not in a conference. So they can't be a 1, 2, 3, or 4. They'll be the 5th seed as an undefeated independent and have to play Liberty at the 12 seed. You don't think these street agents are telling those kids at Liberty, you have no shot to win, dog. Let's get ready for the combine. Let's save your body. Like, that's coming.
It happened to UNLV. It happened to UNLV last year. So this is the first time they were in a bowl in 10 years. And they had a quarterback named Jaden Mayava, who's now the backup at USC. And he had a person starting to represent him. I'm not going to say his name, but he's got a son that's a quarterback that's not playing too well at a school in Florida. And he went to UNLV on 2 different occasions. One occasion he says Jaden needs some money. It was in Jay's ear, you need to take care of your family. Jay's family's in Hawaii and they're in a very impoverished part of town, right? So hey, you need to make some money. You need to take care of your mom. How are you going to take care of your mom? Kid's 19 years old. So Jay doesn't want to leave, but they get him some money. They get him to the $100,000 threshold here at UNLV. He comes back a week later. The Sunday night before they leave, they're leaving like that Tuesday morning to go to New Mexico for the Guaranteed Bowl. Gets on the phone with them and says he needs $300K to stay. They're like, what? Barry's like, well, no. He had the audacity to tell them, if you would have started him last year, you guys would have been in a bowl and you wouldn't be in this situation. They go, we weren't even on the staff last year. So then the kid is literally telling teammates, I don't want to go. But he's pressuring me. The night Texas and Washington played in the playoff in the Rose Bowl.
Hey, I was in Vegas. I saw you.
Yeah. So that night, he turns around and at 9:00 hits the portal. Doesn't tell the coaches, doesn't tell teammates, and then the person who represented him put out a screenshot that he's going, or like a graphic that he's going to the portal, misspells his name. Like there's all like whatever the case, grammar issues. But this is an agency now, right? Agency that's right.
Can't spell the name right.
Says I can get you $300K. Now Jay goes to takes a trip to USC and a trip to Georgia. Supposedly commits to Georgia, but again, use them as leverage to get whatever it is at USC. Unless I know the dollar amount he got at USC, but let's just say it's nowhere near $300K because Miller Moss wasn't even getting that, and he was a starter. So you got these people, these dudes getting in these kids' ear, playing with their emotions. And some of these kids, one, are weak because they had no father figure. They had no coaches that were riding for them and making them men, trying to put them up on a lot of game that they don't have. Two, they're a woman raised them. And look, I was raised by my grandparents and my mother. Thank God for my grandfather. But you have the woman raising you at this point, and now it's like, a woman can't teach a boy how to be a man. And then you turn around and they, with all the transferring from high schools, I mean, look at what's going on down there with high school football. You got a kid that's at Warren High School, played in 3 games, transferred to Long Beach Poly, doesn't like it there, and transfers to Narbonne or wherever.
Nico did. He transferred to Poly and then back.
Yeah.
And I played. I've known Nico his whole life, and his dad has played with me. But here's a couple of DMs I got, and I'm gonna tell you right now. So I'm gonna read you the DM, and then I'll tell you who it is. What happened? Too many people leaving and lowballing everyone with money. What you mean? NIL deals? That and the collective. Nobody was getting money this year. You not trying to make it to the NFL? I am. That's the goal. You ain't got to leave then. Stay there. He said, he goes, and then he said, it's a lot deeper. I won't have the same people around me either. Now, that is Chandler Rogers, okay? He was a quarterback in North Texas who balled out at North Texas and transferred to Cal for a bag of money and sits the fucking pine at Cal right now, not playing at all and very, very sparingly. And he's a JUCO kid. That is what these kids are telling folks, and to make them feel vindicated. That's how sad it is. These street agents, by the way, when you don't have a father figure in the home, you get a street agent to adopt you at the 7-on-7 level or at the youth football level and coddle you and say, it's okay, Smitty, I'm going to take care of you. And then I'm going to move you around to fucking 7U, 8U, all these different fucking Pop Warner organizations. You've been at 5 of them in 4 years. And then you go to 4 high schools in 4 years from the same fucking street agent because you never had a daddy. You don't have a motherfucking adult in the room telling you that, hey, dog. And the mama, all she can do, God bless her soul, is work 3 jobs and raise 6 other kids and think she's supposed to tell these kids what to do in the football space. But again,
there's a guy, he's at he was coaching at a high school out here and he's now at a college working in recruiting. And this cat worked it out with the school, and this is a school that's in the north side of Las Vegas, so it's in the hood, right? If you played football or basketball, you automatically got a 3.0. You didn't have to go to class. It started at the principal saying this, passing it down to the teachers, and then if they didn't abide by it, then their schedules got twisted. They got moved out of that school. This dude started a recruiting company where he was charging cats $3,500 for fake offers, but he had to have his name on it, and people were paying this money. Now, if you were a 5-star tight end that was going to school there, he did it for free for you, and he goes on your trips with you. and he milked you dry. But he parlayed that into a job at a Power 5 school, a top 3 school in the country, and let these kids high and dry. 90% of these kids that were at that school that had these scholarship offers from them can't bounce back, no longer in school, because they weren't prepared for college. They were prepared to write a paper. They had no idea how to study. They weren't even good. Some of them weren't even good football players at the point because they weren't training.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Fucking
I bet you do.
Oh, I know for a fact. Motherfucker, trust me.
Say his name, JB.
Fucking slapdick. Let me tell you. I don't fuck. He knows he don't fuck. He knows he can't come around my mother.
Say his name there.
No, because Joe said he wants to.
I'm messing with you.
Hey, Joe. Man, I can't thank you enough for hopping out. We gotta do it again.
This is great.
When are you back out here?
I actually might be coming down in a couple weeks. I'll hit you up when I get down there, man. Like,
I
always want to call.
Bring you in the studio.
Yeah, hell yeah, let's do that. Man, look, hey, I love your guys' show, man. This is one of the 2 shows that I watch every day. At some point, I'll put it on, watch the replay on YouTube. I appreciate what you guys do, man. JB, you know, you're my dog, man. I've been rocking with you and Smitty. Yo, tell Marcellus it's a hydration situation, bro. Like that's us, the homeboy, man. Yeah.
Appreciate you, my guy.
Hey, Joe, appreciate you, dog. Stay safe out there. I'll hit you up soon.
All right, for sure. Thanks, fellas.
All right, brother.
All right.
Shout out to Joe, man.
Joe Origo, man, UNLV insider. One. He's in every press conference at UNLV, football, basketball, and all other sports. He is tied right into the collectives there at UNLV. He's been in Vegas for a long time. He's from LA, the IE, actually, Riverside area. But we like to give you real insight from a guy that's on the ground. So that's all we're saying. But without further ado, we have our legendary Korean co-sale, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Gems, the gray silver hair, Steve Kim, Miami Hurricane legend. Steve.
Going on, Steve.
Morning, fellas. That Spaces went crazy last night. I didn't think it would. I didn't know. I never do Spaces. But your guy, what's his name?
Gio Million, Miami Hurricane insider extraordinaire.
Gio's good, man. I shaved my head and shaved my face, took a shower, put it on mute. They stayed on. Cooked the brisket. They stayed on. I mean, they were on for I think 4 hours. I did it.
Yeah, Gio's a real insider. He's actually worked with the players. Like you said, he was with Life Wallet, which was part of the NIL sphere of the University of Miami. He's no longer there. He's doing bigger and better things now. But, you know, like I said yesterday, in terms of this situation at UNLV, you know, look, I'm not taking a side here. I'd like to see all the evidence come out, but I'm starting to really believe the UNLV side based on the evidence that you had and your previous guest. But it's time to just go to full-blown professional contracts, multi-year deals, performance and opt-out clauses, transfer restrictions. I would even put a cap on how many times you can transfer. I'd even say you have to sit out a year. I think that has the NIL or the transfer portal by itself would not be all that bad. You put them together, and I think it's radioactive. Yeah, and I think that's the issue. But every school's going to go through this. Look, last year, in 2023, Miami gets a new offensive coordinator, Shannon Dawson. So they're going to rebuild Tyler Van Dyke. Van Dyke had a really bad year under the previous coordinator who shall not be named. Shout out to Zach Smith. So he has a pretty good spring game. We're all excited. We're thinking, okay, year number 2 with Cristobal. It's going to get better. Well, a week or two after the spring game, when your supposed leader, who already has a really good NIL package, he leverages Alabama right over their heads. That's the leader. And I don't think Cristobal at that point had any choice but to say, all right, what do we got to give him more? I think at this point, to a certain degree, Tyler Van Dyke lost the locker room, and he lost a significant portion of the fan base. And then when his play went bad, a couple things happened. The fans absolutely turned on him like no other Miami player that I've seen. We've had players that have struggled. It's never gotten that toxic or vitriolic. But here's what I think happened, Coach and Smitty, which I think is really bad. When he struggled, and then he got hurt and some other stuff happened, after Emory Williams, a true freshman that was pressed into play, did pretty well in the fourth quarter of the Clemson game. I was at that game, and I said, that kid's got something. He's not bad. Instead of going right back to that young freshman to build some more momentum, we went back to Tyler Van Dyke. I did not get it. And my suspicion, and again, all this is a suspicion, is because we are paying Van Dyke a lot of money. I think it became a business decision. And by the way, Van Dyke against a pretty bad Virginia team threw 3 interceptions, and they nearly lost that game. So then we go into NC State. They're afraid of Van Dyke to a degree. We ran one of the worst, boring offenses ever. And I've always said, if we keep starting Emory Williams, I think they would have won more games. And here's the other part that's really bad. I went to a practice a couple of years ago with a really big-time booster. Great friend of mine. I'm going to see him this week. And I'm walking into Green Tree practice field on the side near the Schwartz Center at the Miami. I see Drew Rosenhaus with a credential. And I'm thinking, wait a minute. I had been told for 25 years Drew Rosenhaus was banned from even being on the parking lot or anywhere near the football facility.
A lot of college campuses.
And I go, what? And it turned out that his agency was repping, I guess, TVD and this whole NIL thing. And I guess the point man on the Rosenhaus side was a guy by the name of Shaun O'Dare, who people say is a good guy. He's an honorable guy. He does his business. But that's where it's come from, where band agents are now at practice, now negotiating with the very same schools they were persona non grata at, even if they graduated from there. And then, Coach, this thing will drive you nuts. Last year, we had a quarterback issue. Emory Williams was not really ready to play. The issue was Ja'Carri Brown, who should have been given some reps. Him and his family said, we're redshirting this year because we should have redshirted last year. And I'm thinking to myself, you know what, Ja'Carri? You just played your way out of Miami. You just played your way out of Miami, because if you would have shown something, maybe you were the quarterback of the future. Well, he transferred out.
Isn't that similar to what Florida's doing with Lagway? Why aren't you going with the younger guy in Lagway in Florida? And speaking of Florida, Miami, take a look at this video. I would think you're pretty happy with this guy. He might be your buddy, because he seems to be standing on business at this Florida game.
That guy does that to everybody.
You ugly ass, you're about to get Keep walking, pal. Oh, no, he's a troll. Keep walking. Keep walking. Hey, them. Calm down, little bro. What'd you say? Say it with your chest. Oh, don't touch me. You. Excuse me, do you guys actually think you're going to win today?
Excuse me? Off.
Oh, who the asked, buddy?
I don't care about winning. I care about winning your
Yeah, keep sucking your finger.
Let me tell you some real bro. I'm from Miami.
Is he trying to kiss me?
Watch your mouth.
Are you trying to kiss me?
Hey,
You at Ball State.
You. I bet you let's go get it. Miami. Let's go. You want me to be your out?
Steve, he's standing on business,
Well,
Steve.
he does that a lot. That's like his thing. He'll go to a Michigan game or an Ohio State game as the opposite fan. So he'll go to a UCLA game as an SC fan. That's like his thing. He's very good. I hope he knows jiu-jitsu or something. But yeah, I'll be in Miami later tonight. Hopefully, the whole Mother Nature thing. So I'm going to the game tomorrow night.
Are you leaving tonight?
I am leaving. I'm leaving in about 2.5, 3 hours. I got to do your segment here. I got to do the Whitlock show. And then I'm going over to take my flight. And then God said, Steve, and I said, yes, go watch Cam Ward. I go, really? He goes, I did this for you. And I said, thank God. Okay, so I'll be there.
Can I go with you?
No. Yeah, book a flight. I'll be there. And then I'm going to the Cal game next week. So
right.
Where? Cal's
here, homie.
Cal's
in Berkeley. You're right.
Are you driving?
No, I'm gonna fly. I don't trust my car to be in the Bay Area. I'd rather have all my windows not smashed in. So I'm gonna take a flight.
I might drive. I might just drive and meet you there.
Wait, are you thinking about going?
I would drive. I'll drive.
No, he ain't. Jimmy he talks a lot.
Did you already get your flight?
I already got my. Yeah, it's Southwest or Southwest. I like Southwest. They do a good job.
You can sell it. You can sell it for like half price to Smitty, because he BPS he'll buy it half price street shit, and then he'll fly up. Me and you'll drive. We'll drive. We'll drive the truck or the Beamer.
And just pick me up from the airport.
Maybe we'll take the boat, Steve, just up the coast.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Maybe see some whales.
Well, by the way,
go ahead.
That's a 7:30 Pacific game. A lot of the Miami fans are upset because I have to stay up till 10:30. Yeah, but hey,
no, the Cal one, homie.
Oh, the Cal.
The Cal game is a 7:30 Pacific game, which means that if you live in Miami or east of the Mississippi, either take a nap or take 5-hour energy.
What time?
5-hour
Energy, proud new sponsor of Coach JB.
That's what I do. That's what I do.
We have no deal in place, but please, 5-hour Energy, give us a deal. So I can pay Steve Kim.
We already sent that to him for real.
Hey, real quick, Steve. What time's the game tomorrow?
Tomorrow's game, the exhibition of Air Cristobal, piloted by First General Cam Ward, 4:30 Pacific time on ESPN, followed by the fights brought to you by Top Rank. My guy, Bruce Shoo Shoo Carrington, will lead off that broadcast. So, we're the main event. Those other guys are the walkout bout. But hopefully it doesn't rain. I don't want any weather issues. I just want a nice, dry game, nice, dry track so Shannon Dawson can dial up all those fancy throw game plays.
Don't be scared of a little water, Steve. Nothing wrong with little Mother Nature.
I love water. I just don't like it coming down on me. And, I went to a game, Smitty, in 2003. It was in Tallahassee. And it rained all morning. And I'm thinking, it'll clear up. And it was raining kind of hard. So we're all tailgating out there. All of us have, like, the tarps and the umbrellas. We bought the galoshes. We're breaking out trash bags to throw. It did not stop raining the whole day. And that's the day Shaun Taylor put on the greatest exhibition of football I've ever seen from a safety. He had a couple of interceptions. He had a pick six. He was dominating in the box. He was intimidating players ever. And it literally stopped raining once the whistle blew. And it was so funny because Miami was struggling. They had barely beat West Virginia the week before. Kellen Winslow had to make this miracle catch on 4th and 14. And everyone's saying they're going into Tallahassee. They have no shot. And all of the Miami fans, we have to walk past the fraternities on FSU. You want to hear some of the most racist, prejudiced stuff towards Cubans and Latins? Make that walk. I mean, they're getting in people's face, and there's videos of Miami fans just murking FSU frat boys. I mean, it's like the great white hype when they're watching the videos, looking for like a guy to face when they're trying to find Terry Conklin. But anyway, so we're all getting harassed. When we're walking back, it was like a goddamn ghost town. Shaun Taylor did that. Shaun Taylor, God rest in peace.
Man,
rest in peace.
Great. Daughter came out emotional the other day
on the interview.
Yeah.
Staying over with Miami though, I saw head coach Mario Cristobal got asked on about the Canes 4-0 start, and Cam Ward saying, "quote asked." How you say it? Asked.
Axe. You got to axe.
It's not a K. It's not a K.
It's ASK.
So say it again then.
Asked.
All right.
There's a video, actually, man. Let's play this video real quick.
Miami head coach Mario Cristobal joins us now. Coach, short week. 4 days ago, you were beating USF. Now you're 48 hours away from hosting Virginia Tech. Preparation-wise, how does this week compare to a normal week?
Well, certainly you lose a day, so you've got to scrunch a bunch of stuff, and you got to make sure that you keep the right type of balance. I mean, you want to get your work in, but, you are short a day, so you are short a day of rest. You got to take that into account, work it in, prepare the guys to the best of your ability.
Yeah, and through 4 games, your quarterback, Cam Ward, leads the FBS in passing touchdowns. Coach, he's second in passing yards. Not all transfers, particularly at that position, work out right away. Why has it with Cam?
Well, it starts with him. I mean, he's exactly what you want in a quarterback, in a teammate, and a colleague, and a business partner. He's just a very driven, motivated guy that is all about preparation and winning. And when I say winning, he doesn't care much about personal accolades. He wants to perform to the best of his abilities to help the team win and help guys get better. So he's got a great supporting cast. The offensive line's done a good job. The defense has been outstanding. The receivers, tight ends, running backs have all stepped up, and he's been the alpha leader of the team. So it's worked out really well.
Steve, he said business partner. It's crazy that we're seeing Bear Alexander leave SC, this UNLV quarterback leave, and Mario Cristobal saying, "Hey, we got a good business relationship going on."
Well, I like that. It is though, but as the truth, you might as well have some transparency. I mean, the Cam Ward thing was really interesting. Miami thought they had him, and I was told by a very good source that he was supposed to announce on December 24th as an early Christmas gift, and then things happened. He took other trips, put his name into the NFL draft thing, see where that went. And we had all given up as fans. And Mario kept chipping away. The NIL package, I know the number that he got. I'll keep it to myself. But all I can say is this: he's been worth every bloody dime. Oh, good job, Cam. We're getting a discount with you. We're getting a deal. But this is the way the NIL is supposed to work. You are Reggie Bush, and everyone's wearing your number 5 USC jersey in 2004 and 5. You should get a piece of that. You want to make a Reggie Bush logo with your silhouette and make your own keychains, make your own coasters, make your own posters, fatheads. You should get a piece of that. You want to make your own merch like Xavier Restrepo, one of the greatest slot receiver in Miami history. He made his own merch. We should all support it because he gets a piece of it. That's the way NIL should work. It just shouldn't be about, hey, if I join your roster, what are we talking here? Well, what value do you bring? Like, let me ask, like, here's what Cam Ward is already getting a really good number. But if a local business, like my favorite pizza place in Miami, the Big Cheese, in theory, they say, you know what, we love Cam Ward. Cam, can you come over here for a day? We're going to name a pizza after you and sign autographs from now, or we'll give you $10,000. That's the way it should work. So for this Sluka at UNLV, whatever he's getting, whatever was promised, he should say, he should have a commercial locally or a poster. Hi, I'm such and such Sluka. You want a great steak and eggs for $1.99? Come to the Dunes. The Dunes, a Las Vegas tradition. Bang, and you get $25,000. But it's not like, hey, coach, we're 3-0. I need more money. Mike Gundy. That's what I'm just telling you. Mike Gundy, you know, he's 40 plus. He's a man. He said it best. Hey, guys, season started. Negotiating's over. Everyone ripped him for it. And I said, why are you ripping for it? He's right.
By the way, recruiting's over too when you sign the letter. That's what we used to say. That's what we say. Recruiting's over. Steve, it seems like Mario and Miami, all things are good. They're winning. They figured this thing out. And the NIL looks all hunky-dory and it's all great. But I'm looking across the college landscape. You look at a team like North Carolina who just gets 70 put on them by a mid-major, and then you're like, oh, it's not great there. I look at it as basically it's a year-to-year deal. It's not parity, in my opinion. I believe it's a year-to-year deal. I think whoever in the country can win if they get the right QB and the right system. But winners find a way and losers make excuses.
Woo! Coach,
that's
you
just what
say
it
it's
looks
year to year. You know what the reality is? Cam Ward is a one-year rental.
Yeah.
Miami doesn't really know if they have next year's quarterback on this year's roster.
Right.
And so that's the whole thing. I hope Emory Williams makes a big jump because they have two guys coming in, Luke Nickel and then Darion Coleman, who I think is fantastic. So they may need another bridge quarterback, and that is the reality. I mean, I feel bad for UNLV. And I hate these people say, well, they've been making money off. No, look, a lot of these athletic departments actually operate in a deficit. UNLV football is probably one of them. They developed Jaden Maeva. Jaden Maeva went to go be a backup at USC with no promise of being the starting quarterback next year because Lincoln Riley can attract quarterbacks. Now you lose your quarterback after a 3-0 start. And if the guy's asking for $300,000, what would he have asked for as a 50% passer? $2.5 million? It's ridiculous. But this is where the players have to sometimes understand you're better off where you are. Let me give you an example, Smitty. There was a receiver 2 years ago, played at Arizona. His name was Dorian Singer. Had like 1,000-yard year as Jed Fish was building Arizona. He looked like a really promising guy before T-Mac exploded the next year, right? Dorian Singer goes to USC last season. Didn't do a thing. In fact, he didn't do a thing to a point. He's now at Utah. 3 schools in 3 years, Coach. Tell me where his roots are.
It's becoming a mockery, man. It's really hard to follow too. It's like starting to be hard to follow. I'm wondering when the fans just says enough's enough. Tennessee going to add a 10% tax to a fan base who is out there already in a inflation-driven society where you can't buy eggs and toilet paper, but we're going to add 10% tax to our fans to come to a Tennessee game as they play fucking Middle Tennessee State.
Hey, do you want an SEC championship or not? Okay, it just means more in the SEC.
Nobody should go to the Middle Tennessee State game 1 or whoever the fuck they play because I wouldn't even want to go to those games.
Well,
like, come
on,
on,
Coach,
man. Hey,
in a city like that, you get 7 opportunities to watch your Vols live. And I've been to Knoxville. We played there in 2002. Cumberland Avenue, great scene. It's fun, but they wait all year for this, though, Coach. It is not just a sport. It is a religion in SEC country. It's different.
No, it is. Let me transition real quick to one of your favorite programs, Colorado.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, Travis Hunter is kind of barking back at a legendary Hall of Fame, Richard Sherman, as Richard Sherman went on a podcast and said that you're pretty mid at wide receiver. What do you have to say about this video?
Well, I wouldn't say he's mid. At this level, he's highly productive. But I think what Richard Sherman is saying, how are you going to handle press coverage from grown men? The one thing that I have a doubt with Travis Hunter is he strong enough to get jostled by 30-year-old men who have mortgages to pay and 3 kids to feed. It is a different game. And then when I look at Travis Hunter, number one, those who say he needs to play on just one side of the ball at the National Football League level, I completely agree. I do. But he's also very slight physically. He's going to have to put on some good weight. And I do notice when Travis Hunter is on offense, he doesn't face a lot of press coverage. He really doesn't. And they run wide open, like zero, they run basically 0 sets where it's 5 wide. Not a lot of college teams are running any type of 11 personnel. It's a little bit more condensed than the National Football League. So the windows that he's open in now are not going to be as wide at the next level. I do see what Sherman is saying.
Steve, I don't know if it's today. Should I drop what I told you at my house at the Palooza or not? I don't know if I want to put your name out there with this, as your face is on the show right now in front of 2,000 people.
Don't put my face on there either.
But I told you in the Palooza the other day
What the hell, homie?
that I actually envision, not can I see it? I can actually envision. You'll never hear from Travis Hunter again in the NFL.
Whoa.
What?
Really?
Oh, he's just trying to go viral. Bailey, you write this time code down, 132. Go ahead, go. Lord have mercy.
So, Steve, I'm just telling you, from what you see, what you said, what Richard Sherman sees and said, what I've seen and said, he's an unbelievable college football player. He's got unbelievable ball skills. He's from the 7-on-7 era where you can run around and play backyard street ball, playing 150 snaps, more than anyone else in the country. And you can be elite as it gets. Better than anybody I've seen play both ways, of course. Champ Bailey, Charles Woodson, et cetera, et cetera. But where is he really elite at the NFL level? I just don't see it. He's not Dante Hall. He's not future Hall of Famer now, right? I believe kick returner just got inducted.
Devin Hester?
Hester got inducted?
Yeah.
Devin Hester. He's not him. I'm trying to figure out. Because if I'm him, I'm like, all right, let me go focus on being a return man. But now you can't return the football anyway because the NFL kickoff return rules are so ridiculous. So what are you? I don't see him getting off press in an NFL, even in the softest NFL era ever. I still don't see him playing receiver full time. I don't believe he's a route runner. I don't believe he can actually get open and muscle his way. And he's way too far away. He's going to be in the draft, right? He's going to enter the draft, right? So how is his body just going to transform overnight and become T.O.? He's not big enough structurally, vertically. And then at the end of the day on defense, is he really got contact courage to stick his neck in there? Ball skills, do not get ball skills confused with contact courage and being willing to take on that run fit every single day in the NFL. Because this is not what you see today at Colorado, as great as he is, and I'm saying he's the greatest college football player in the game right now. I think he should get the Heisman, but I don't know if they'll win enough. But at the end of the day, is he really elite on either side of the ball at the NFL level? At the NFL level, I'm projecting.
Coach, here's the thing about Hunter as a cornerback. I don't look at him as a great press corner. The 2 best plays he made last year were in zone coverage. He made a play near the goal line against TCU where he was in conflict. I've never actually seen that play be picked off the way he did it. He baited the deep receiver and came up into the flat.
Football IQ. We call it FBI, Steve. Football intelligence.
And then against UCLA, he did a similar thing.
Football intelligence.
And I was like, wow, I think he's a better zone defender.
Football intelligence is crazy.
I don't think he uses his hands well enough in press coverage or physical enough, but he's actually got great ball skills, as you said. So he's going to have to be a system fit. But, look at Xavier Worthy, who's the fastest human being ever, right? Coach, after game 1, he cannot get off press.
I told people, I said, game one, there's no resume on him. They're going to get his speed will win because speed kills. And then since then, what has he been? Nothing.
Yeah.
And that's why Mahomes is struggling to get Kelsey the ball because they have no other receiver on the other side of Rashee Rice, the absolute DUI specialist. So I'm trying to figure out why he is balling. But that's what I'm saying. Wait, when are you going to throw? See, that's the thing, though. They're choosing to say. In Kansas City, I know we got an NFL game to talk about before you get out of here. In Kansas City, real quick, Mahomes' worst year in his 5 or 6 years or whatever, 7 years, whatever he's been in. This is his worst year to start the season off with. But I said, this is what you would have got if he was drafted in Chicago, in the Indianapolis, Cleveland. This is what you would have had every year. And everyone says I'm crazy. But they're choosing to stay, listen, the vaccinated one will not double, and we'll double team him and take him out. We'll take him out, Steve. Let Rashee Rice eat. And they should have lost all 3 games, by the way, but they're 3-0. They're 3-0. They're not playing well. Mahomes knows it. And we'll take away Kelsey, and eventually that offense will struggle, especially without their running back who broke his leg or whatever. Pacheco. I'm telling you, this team is really close to hitting a wall on offense.
Yeah.
They don't have the outside guys. They don't have them.
Patrick Mahomes is throwing like 26 times for 150 yards. A lot of games where he has over 30 attempts. Nothing close to 300 yards last couple of years.
I got you for about 8 minutes, Steve, and I want to go through the quarterbacks real quick. Yeah. We had Trevor Lawrence got signed to a huge deal. Tua got signed to a huge deal. We got Dak, who signed the biggest deal. We have who else signed? Hurts signed already. We got Deshaun Watson, who we think probably going to get suspended. Who knows what's happening there? He's playing horrific. Got sacked 8 times last week. Out of all these quarterbacks, look at what's going on in the league. Are we not, as owners or franchises, at some point saying, you know what, give my fucking money back? You guys, Trevor Lawrence is the first quarterback in NFL history to throw an interception to a dead man.
Oh, wow. Well, look, there has to be, I don't know if there's ever going to be a market readjustment, though, because teams love to bid against themselves when it comes to their own signal caller. I don't know why it is. And I don't know how many guys are really franchise quarterbacks right now, though, guys. Josh Allen, right?
Lamar Jackson.
Patrick Mahomes. Who? I mean, I think it's Aaron Rodgers may or may not be still.
Matthew Stafford.
Okay, I'll give you Stafford.
With no wideout, by the way, who beat the Niners with no wideout.
Can we still say? I still say Burrow, right? Do we say Burrow? I know they're struggling, but Burrow still looks good.
Did Purdy impress you the other day going around the league real quick before we dive into tonight's game?
I mean,
did Purdy impress you without CMC, Kittles, and Debo?
Did he impress me? It was okay. Look, he's a guy. Look, every quarterback needs help. Let's just be honest about it. By the way, one of the comments is now making, what about Brady checking? You people know nothing about football. I don't know anything. You guys know less than me. If you are comparing what is going on today with what Tom Brady does or did, I get it. Tom Brady's a white guy. You probably have some deep-seated hate towards him. Get over it. Get over it. You sound like a bunch of fools.
Smitty thinks Peyton Manning.
That's my guy. That's my guy.
Smitty thinks
the sheriff.
He's not the sheriff. The red rifle's the sheriff. Andy Dalton, Steve's the first guy to throw for 303 touchdowns. The old white who can't move out of his own shadow. And guess what?
So he
didn't complain about the O-line.
You know what's funny, guys?
He didn't complain about the O-line, Smitty.
One good game, homie.
Hey, Steve, I don't know if you know this, but
but Darnell, it's one more good game than Bryce Young has ever played. If you watch Andy Dalton, his first 5 throws, look at how decisive he is in his drops. His steps were really hard and decisive, and that back leg is planted. It doesn't mean it's stuck there, but it's planted in a way that's like, hey, I'm here and I'm ready to make a decision. Bryce Young is tippy toe. Oh my God, let me run. Bro, you look like the little Giants. He cannot. He's not. I am sick and tired of the excuses for Bryce Young. You just may not have it. It's okay to say it. I don't understand this. Well, the owner's bad. The owner has nothing to do with your play to a certain degree once you get out on the field.
But where are you at with what if this scenario is a Sam Darnold, though? And I've been saying Sam Darnold's had the short end of the sticks, just like, let's say, a Justin Fields in Chicago. What if Bryce
Sam
Young
Darnold, even with the Jets, yeah, but he had better moments. I didn't see any indication that Bryce Young was good.
Yeah, I know
in the last season.
Look, you know what he is? He's a slightly bigger, less athletic Kyler Murray. Good luck with that.
He's actually a lesser of two evils of Jaden Daniels, because Jaden is little, frail. Yeah. But he's spinning that motherfucker right now.
Yeah, well, Jaden, look, I thought Jaden should have been the quarterback one. It is what it is. Chicago has to, live with what they have. But the problem with Bryce Young is, I'm just telling you, he is so indecisive and skittish in that pocket. Yeah. He can't even read downfield, nor will he. And then he tries to fade on his back foot. He does not have the arm strength to overcome it. If I'm a cornerback or I'm a coordinator, I'm telling my corners all day, we are squatting on this guy because he won't push the ball downfield. And he does not have the arm strength. If you guys don't come up with at least one pick, be ashamed of yourselves.
Hey, Steve, but what does Tom Brady fucking know? And what does JB know? I mean, we don't know shit.
Don't put yourself in the same category, though.
Maybe rookies shouldn't play. Maybe rookies shouldn't actually play in this league right out of the gate. I don't know.
You know what I didn't like about the whole Tom Brady criticism? All of these people always say to Coach JB, yeah, but you didn't coach in the NFL. You did this. Okay, never mind his knowledge. So unless you really played at a high level, your word has no validity. Fair enough. So then Tom Brady, who was kind of good, says it. Then it's like, what is? Wait a minute. So I thought it was about the resume or not. Right. People are dishonest when they disagree with criticism. It's not about who gives it. It's the fact a lot of these people have been told so many lies throughout their run on this earth, they can't handle the truth.
No, they
can't.
And
the truth does not change depending on who says it.
It doesn't matter who says it. It's crazy to me. I try to tell Smitty every day, but since I'm white, Smitty's like, "No, you're lying."
There are some better sources, but you're right. It doesn't change the fact. Yeah.
Racist and blah, blah, blah. So, Steve, real quick, I want to dive into tonight's game.
Giants and Cowboys.
Hey, Steve, I'm taking Daniel Dimes to beat the Cowboys. So tomorrow on Fearless, you might have a field day because I'm telling you right now, Daniel Jones is winning the game tonight against Dallas. Dallas can't stop the run. They have a defensive end who's a podcaster. He can't fight on the wrong arm. He doesn't want to fucking take on the spill. He doesn't want to take on the back. Floater, tight end. He's horrible. Micah Parsons is a one-hit wonder, edge rushing 9 technique who wants to run around in his own gap and do his own thing and then podcast about it. The Giants are going to win, and I'm just telling you right now, I'm taking it right now. Money line it right now.
Is that game in New York?
Yes, it's MetLife.
They have a shot. As long as Daniel Jones understands one thing. Just keep looking for number 1. Target him at least 15 times. You might have a shot, kid.
Steve,
okay?
Hey, Steve.
I got the Cowboys winning in a blowout because the Cowboys, if you guys watched the end of that Ravens game, they started playing very well offensively. Dak got in the rhythm, and even though they lost the game, sometimes even in the losing effort, the way you finish a game, you can bring on that same momentum going into the next game. They're 1-2. They won't go 1-3. I guarantee victory by the Dallas Cowboys, and it won't be close.
Wait, and
it's Thursday Night Football. When has it been a close, good game on Thursday Night Football? Hold on, I'll wait.
Yeah.
It'll be a blowout by Dallas Cowboys, guarantee it.
Who's the podcaster for the Ravens that Lamar don't like?
Not a podcast, but Marlon Humphrey goes on live after they win the game.
You think they're going live already, and that's why they let the Cowboys?
Here's the thing with Micah. I was told by somebody that has a pretty good connections to the Cowboys. He said, Steve, I was told by someone in management, if Micah Parsons leaves, I think maybe there'd be 5 people in that building that would really be sad. The other would be like, the rest would be kind of relieved. And he's the type of player that if the Cowboys play from ahead and it becomes a throw game for that other team, he's great. There's no doubt about it. He's a demon off that edge. But when you put him in a phone booth and it becomes a body punching contest, he struggles a little bit, Smitty. That is the truth.
The whole time, because everything Steve's saying is because look at the 49er game in the playoffs. Look at any physical game.
Packers game last year in the playoffs.
Packers in physical game. He was a nobody. He was an absolute nobody, like some of these guys.
He has a lot of flaws. I'm not like a big Micah Parsons guy. I said it yesterday, 2 days ago. That he's a great athlete playing defensive end. He's not a great defensive end who's an athlete. Like to me, he's very raw. When you watch him pass rush, he doesn't really have moves. He just uses athleticism to try to get to the quarterback. And shout out to him, it works a lot of times. He's getting double-digit sacks year in and year out. But to me, if he actually worked on his craft, to a higher degree. And again, I don't know what he's doing. I'm not saying he's not working hard, but we're not seeing the development though from a move standpoint, from a defensive end standpoint, playing well against the run. So I mean,
hey,
I'm
Steve,
with you.
I know you're leaving real quick.
I got a few more minutes. I'm not going on till 8:30. I'm good.
Okay, your Miami Hurricanes tomorrow. I'm sure you're taking them. Is Virginia Tech? Do they propose any problems or issues though?
Well, they've been a disappointment. I thought they could be 4-0 coming into this game, which is one of the reasons why I booked the flight for this weekend. You know, they got pushed around by Vanderbilt, which was stunning, but Vanderbilt's actually been pretty solid. And then last week, they really did get outplayed by Rutgers. They got outgained a lot, somehow stayed in the game. Kyron Drones has been a little bit disappointing. Look, if Miami can bottle up their running back, Bashal Tootin, and put Virginia Tech consistently at 3rd and long, this game, I think, could be pretty, I don't want to say easy, but there's a reason why Miami is a 17.5-point underdog favorite. But this is a lot like last year. Miami came in 12 months ago, 4-0, riding the crest of great momentum, and they blew the Georgia Tech game in the ACC opener. So let's see how far this Mario Cristobal program has come in 12 months. It's a test to a certain degree. How he wins is a lot.
The other game tomorrow, Rutgers, Washington. Rutgers, upstart Rutgers.
I like Rutgers.
Greg Schiano got them playing. They're 3-0. They're playing a Washington 3-1 team who lost in a tight one to the Apple Cup to Washington State. Damn. Where are you at with that one?
I like Rutgers. I think that game is in New Jersey, and Kalamiakis is actually giving them some pretty steady quarterback play. And as I said on Tuesday, Greg Schiano twice has revived Rutgers football. And I know a lot of people, they don't like Greg Schiano. He rubs them the wrong way. He can be abrasive, whatever. The guy can coach football. It's a tough, hard-nosed team. This could be a pretty good year for Rutgers. And I look at their schedule. There's a lot of winnable games. And once again, Greg Schiano has Rutgers on the upswing.
Saturday's game, real quick. Does Ole Miss, are they going to walk into a similar situation that Georgia did with Kentucky?
No, I think they win that game more handily, and I'll tell you why. They're more explosive offensively. They are. Jackson Dart, I don't know if he's an NFL prospect. I do know this. He's really good for that system of Lane, and they have playmakers all over. The former Ole Miss, former Miami, now Ole Miss running back Henry Parrish is having a big year. And look, if there's any team that has used the transfer portal and stocked it with quality talent, it is Ole Miss on both sides of the line of scrimmage. Walter Nolan, Prince of Umalalian, Juice Wells. I expect Ole Miss to win by about 14 to 17 points.
Does Michigan have a letdown after SC against Minnesota and the elite capri-wearing coach?
Elite.
Row the boat.
Bro.
Look, why does everyone hate PJ Fleck? My God, he's actually won a few games at Minnesota. Come on.
JB's a hater. I mean, he's actually done pretty well with himself.
I know. He's had multiple 9-win seasons.
Yeah. JB's just a hater.
Look.
Way better coaching you.
Fucking slap.
Everywhere.
He's a fucking epitome of slap.
Way better.
Now, where is that game? That game's at Minnesota, right?
Because
I think that makes a difference. That Michigan pass offense is
look at this.
bad.
Look at this.
Come on. What?
He's the white Mike McDaniel.
Oh, kick the free pants? No, he ain't Mike McDaniel. God, come on, dog.
Nah, he ain't like that.
Hey, real quick, guys, I had another topic. Bailey, I don't know if you had the video, though. Do you have the video that I sent you in the text yesterday of the Miami Dolphin podcaster that came out in the Miami Dolphin brass? I put it in the text, Bailey, if you could find it real quick as I asked Steve these college games. Oklahoma State, K-State, 2-3-1s. Oklahoma State coming off a drubbing or actually getting physically dominated by Utah. K-State getting drugged by Baylor, by BYU, who's going to drag Baylor this game. Where you at with Oklahoma State, K-State, 2 top 25s?
As I said a couple days ago, there's going to come a point where Kansas State is going to have to get Avery Johnson going in the pocket. He has not been a great passer yet. He's kind of a guy that just runs around, plays scramble ball. I think the home team's got a great advantage here. One of the great disappointments of this college football season is that Ollie Gordon has not gotten going. He was the best running back in the country, and now he's averaging under 4 yards a carry. I believe this game is in Manhattan. With that, I will go with Kansas State.
Maryland, Indiana. 4-0 Indiana, who you said you're very high on, and then Maryland, who is hit and miss, 3-1. They can be explosive as hell. Loxley-led offense. Two offensive guru type of guys, if you ask guys around the country. Where you at with that one? 9 a.m.
I like Signetti's guys at home if that's in Bloomington. Curtis Rourke, he's a guy that's going to be an interesting draft prospect because he's got the requisite size, but he's very decisive and accurate. When I watch Indiana, that is a free-flowing offense. They're doing what Wisconsin thought they could do with Phil Longo and Tyler Van Dyke. So that's going to be interesting. But I do like Indiana. That looks like a real program on the ups. And by the way, he brought in a bunch of guys with them from James Madison. So it's not for him. It's not really that new of a team, and I think that has certainly helped the continuity of the Hoosiers.
Starting Indiana as a first-year head coach in the history of Indiana. Let me ask you this. Louisville, Notre Dame, big game on the slate. Notre Dame seems to have bounced back since the Northern Illinois drubbing. They got Louisville, who I think's coached by a top 5 coach in the country, and Jeff Brom, who coached me in the Arena League. Where you at with this game?
I believe this game's at South Bend. Last year, Louisville smacked around Notre Dame. This is a referendum on Riley Leonard. Riley, can you actually be a decent passer against a solid team? Now, if Louisville wins the game, they are now a prime playoff contender, and they host Miami November 19th. That becomes a big one, and that's one of Miami's tougher games. Boy, this is a tough one because I know that there is the revenge factor. I believe it's at South Bend. I'm going to go with Notre Dame here because their backs are against the wall.
I'm going to take Louisville all day.
Yeah, day. I hope you're right. Right.
Yeah. Let me ask you this real quick. Colorado, UCF, and I got to talk UNLV, Fresno, because of the fact, are they better without the QB? As Joe on the show, as an insider, just said, they think the locker room's actually happier with the backup being the starter at UNLV. And then you got the Colorado facing a up-tempo gets, and Gus Malzahn. I think they lead the nation in total yards per game, 530. I think they lead the nation in yards per carry at Central Florida. Where you at with the Colorado game?
Well, UCF is a team that I've liked. Look, KJ Jefferson fits that Malzahn system. He's a big guy. He might have an NFL future. I don't know if it's at quarterback because he's 6'5", 255, and he can run a little bit. But look, RJ Harvey, if he can get off, and look, Colorado's actually done a decent job stopping the run compared to last year. Levonta Bentley and Nakai Hill Green, they're pretty good on that second level. I think they played a lot better. But that game is at the bounce house. And as I told Whitlock, every game Colorado plays on the road, they become the biggest game on that home schedule because of who Colorado is and their persona. And I look at that UCF offense. They have a solid quarterback. They have RJ Harvey. They have Kobe, the Black Mamba Hudson outside. They have all the parts. I like UCF in this game. I've liked them for a while. I thought that's the game. Think about this last year, Smitty. Colorado was 3-1. In a lot of circumstances, they win this miracle game against Colorado State. Well, they won a miracle game against TCU. They're on this emotional high. They're doing all this stuff. And then the reality struck them in conference. Big 12 play starts now. And I think UCF, they also had a bye week, Coach. That matters. They had a bye week. Keep that in mind. I think that's a big factor. So I like UCF. As for UNLV, that game is now very interesting. By the way, don't you think that the quarterback, his next NIL deal should be like for an NIL lawyer?
You know who his street agent is? Did you hear who his street agent is?
Yeah, Cromartie's brother. And I guess the company should be now called Non-Equity Sports. But seriously, his NIL should be, hey, guys, did you get stuck in a bad NIL deal? I got bailed out of it by my guy. And that would be ironic. So that should be his first and only NIL deal based on what he's gone through. Look, we'll see. The backup quarterback is a backup for a reason. Let's really see if UNLV really is any better.
Hey, how's Stanford fare versus an upstart Clemson since the loss to Georgia? They're blowing everybody out. Stanford got a big win against Syracuse. Can Stanford give them a better game than we think?
look, Troy Taylor is moving that program along. I was actually impressed physically by how well they stood up. And Alec Ayamanor is a big-bodied receiver. I think everyone remembers him from the Colorado comeback. He's a tough matchup. But overall, I never gave up on Clemson, even after that first Georgia game. They are now allowing Cade Klubnik to do two things. Number one, throw deep and vertical on early downs, which matters, and for him to run. He's got that deceptive speed, okay? He can actually stretch his legs and outrun people. So there's a little bit of that, too. It is starting to look like a Garrett Riley offense. Stanford is solid and tough. They'd win if there was a GPA contest. Unfortunately, it's a football game. Clemson continues to roll.
Hey, Steve, I mentioned these three games. Tell me what's the widest margin of victory of these three. Oregon, UCLA, Bama, Georgia, and we got Ohio State, Michigan State. What's the biggest, the widest margin of victory of those three?
Believe it or not, I will say
Ohio State.
No, Oregon, UCLA.
Yeah, Oregon, UCLA. That's an easy one, homie.
UCLA just, I mean,
That's
they play
easy.
better. I mean, I don't know if they're living moral victory land.
Better. And look, Oregon has not looked great in most of their games, but Michigan State, I watched the cut-up of the BC game. If they could just get Aiden Childs to protect the ball better, they would have won that game in Chestnut Hill. But Michigan State has some big bodies. They're pretty tough physically. Keep this in mind. Ohio State has not played much, and I believe that game is in East Lansing, so that matters. Let's see if Will Howard can just operate the offense. Look, they're significantly better than Michigan State. They are. They're no worse than the second-best team in the country, the Buckeyes. Yeah. But these road games are a little bit different. They really are. And it is a yearly rival, whatever that means. But they usually blow out Michigan State, too. Though,
I know. Well, where you at, Bama? Bama, can the Coach DeBoer led Bama continue its dominance over Georgia?
I kind of like Bama in this game.
Oh,
I do. It's at Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, T-Rich
that
said
matters. And
T-Rich said don't matter. He said
Saban will still be in the building. Yeah.
And this is a game where Carson Beck has to be better than he was against Kentucky. And one thing about Alabama though, Jalen Milroe with the big game, he can launch himself right into the thick of this Heisman discussion.
Remember, his feet is what beat Georgia. His feet beat Georgia.
Cool.
His feet beat Georgia.
That's the game of the day. That's going to be the late window game.
Georgia struggles
at 7:30 Eastern time. Hopefully, I'll be in South Florida watching that with a group of friends. Another big weekend of football and all that other stuff. But again, I hope my flight is not delayed with that Hurricane Helen and stuff like that. I checked. My flight is not delayed yet. But you know how that goes.
All right.
You'll be all right.
Hey,
Just don't go over to Bermuda Triangle.
Let's pour out good energy, Steve. Positivity.
Hey, Steve,
you'll be fine.
Before you leave, though, I got to ask you.
Let him go.
This is the tight pant wearing philosophy that's happening right now in South Beach, where you're headed with the professional organization, not your college one. Take a listen to this video by a Miami Dolphin.
Well, let's stick with what she said. I agree with her. I mean, I watched this team training camp. And a couple NFL people who I talk with watch, and they're like, they don't practice very hard. They don't, and that's by design. I think that's what Mike how he's done it. They'd say, and you look at them and they're doing things, and I'm not saying it was cutting edge stuff of where for better or worse, and you look at the performance, you can say worse. Players running, before scrimmages, running assignments with no helmets. You see Washington in full pads. The Dolphins are wearing gym shorts, basically. You see the Falcons running sprints after practice. You see the Dolphins just walking off after practice. And these are just things I saw. And then you get into
Steve, let me pause it. They said that Smitty and I in 10 years.
Yeah, well, first of all, Coach, I sent that to you yesterday, I believe, and it opened my eyes. Look, Mike McDaniel is one of those guys. I guess he's fun and easy to play for, football is a lot like boxing. It's not really meant to be fun all the time.
It ain't.
It's not. And it's great to have a guy that's a player's coach. I don't really believe in that. I don't think over the long term that can be sustained. But, when you play for Kid Capri Pants, yeah, it'll be easier. And you're always going to be frustrated by early December because you kind of know we were not conditioned or toughened enough. And Confucius say, what is fun is not always rewarding, and what is rewarding is not always fun.
Woo! Contrary to belief.
And
I'm sure how you
Mike,
always ask.
Mike McDaniel, I've heard, was the guy that got P. Diddy's baby oil. So anyway,
whoa.
Don't believe nothing he just said, Steve. Enjoy your flight.
Enjoy your flight. Be safe. Don't go over to Bermuda Triangle. I watched a video on that, a show last night on Bermuda Triangle. Nobody ever makes it out of Bermuda Triangle. I'm just throwing that out
Why
there.
you keep saying this so many times, though?
The stats are against you, so don't go that way. Tell the guy to go the other way. And, man, we'll see.
I'll see you guys next week. Appreciate it, guys.
Peace.
Later. Shaun King, Bailey update. Shaun King will be joining us for the last half hour of the show. He's BPSing along with Smitty. So he'll be here at 8:30 to 9 to wrap the show. Shaun King will break down all things NFL quarterback plus the latest from him in Vegas, as he'll be live reporting from Vegas and talking about the UNLV quarterback situation that's going on, that's taking this internet by storm.
Jeez.
Along with a nobody fourth-string running back and along with a nobody that should have never been named, Bear Alexander. So, is what it is. We're going to dive into that. Let's take a commercial. Let me get some coffee.
Long commercial,
Take
homie.
a piss.
I got to piss, eat some M&M. I got to post something. I do a lot.
AEs, all that and more. Appreciate everybody so far. We got almost 2,000 people in here.
Hit that like button right now, homies.
Subscribe, become a member. And we got a new ad sponsor as well, Bailey. I don't know if we want to show that as
Hell yeah.
part of the commercial or not.
Show the whole thing.
But First Round Performance, make sure you head on over there.
Show the commercial.
Because I don't know if Bailey has it, but if you do,
he got it.
We
homie.
got a new commercial.
Yeah,
Stay tuned for that, and then listen to a new proud sponsor of ours as well. We'll be back in 6 minutes.
10 minutes.
What up, man? This is a proud new sponsor of the Coach JB Show with Big Smitty, and it is First Round Performance.
Yeah.
Make sure you head on over to firstroundperformance.com. We got the merch, the gear. They are top-notch company.
High quality, JB. All about the quality here. Workout gear, exclusive gear. What's that right there, JB?
By the way, nobody else in the country or the world has this short right here. You can put this short on. It helps your back. It helps your hamstrings, helps your quads as you work out.
What?
You can wear these right underneath your workout shorts or what have you. It's kind of like a girdle, but very, very comfortable. Shorts Against Syndrome. It's SAFS. Go head on over there and check it out. First Round Performance.
JB, they got workout bands. They got ankle weights.
What's this?
What's in that box?
We got all kind of good.
It's our first time seeing this.
What's this?
I'm nervous. What's that?
It's a 40-yard dash electric timer. You can go get your workout on with the light and the strobe, the whole deal. FirstRoundPerformance.com.
Oh, you just turned it on, JB.
Bam.
You want that smoke?
Go check it out.
I know you ain't trying to race me,
I might
JB.
race Smitty and smoke him.
You ain't trying to race me. You scared of that life.
Yeah, this is real deal. You guys got to go check it out. FirstRoundPerformance.com. Head on over there. Proud new sponsor of the Coach JB Show.
Nice, JB.
With Big Smitty. And
oh, this is mine, right?
hell yeah. Listen, their premium gear, including the revolutionary SAFS shorts I just showed you, are expertly designed by a leading orthopedic surgeon to align your hips and relieve your pain. It is trusted by athletes and active individuals alike, whether you are pushing your limits with their high-quality resistance bands, as Smitty just showed you, or boosting recovery with the powerful dual-spectrum red light therapy devices that I just showed you. First Round Performance delivers the tools needed to stay at the top of your game. Whether aiming for peak performance or simply wanting to live pain-free, they've got you covered. Visit FirstRoundPerformance.com or shop on Amazon today. They just launched their Amazon store.com, their Amazon store. This is out there, First Round Performance on Amazon. And so go help them out and grab some performance gear today. And please feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions.
Yes, sir.
Go First Round.
Go First Round, baby.
The promo code will be Coach JB. So check that out and head on over there today.
Get right, baby. First round, the highest quality.
First round performance, go get you some merch.
Ooh, I like this shirt. I like this shirt, JB.
Peace.
Let's bring up what Mel Kiper said this morning on Get Up on ESPN. JB's going to love this. Check it out.
Get up from there. Now that we've sort of set the table for exactly what your problem is with it, how would you try and solve it?
Well, I grew up with the best of the National Football League, 60s, 70s, into the 80s. You're talking about deep shots, right? The go route, the 9-route post. You're talking about Terry Bradshaw in a Super Bowl hitting John Stallworth. You see Leroy Irvin diving, right, just off his fingertips. There's the receiver. They laid it out there, right? Hit the receiver in stride, 65-yard touchdown. It's a beautiful thing to watch. That's what I want to see brought back to the National Football League. Okay, check down kings, bubble screen sensations, boring football. Game manager, I get it, but I want to see those deep shots. That's what the NFL was built on. I grew up with John Unitas, Fran Tarkington, Ken Stabler, Darryl LaMonica. You talk about quarterbacks, Joe Namath. It was just right. Brett Favre when he was doing what he did. Burt Jones with the Baltimore Colts. You think about those quarterbacks who would throw the ball down the field. I said what Bradshaw did with Stallworth and Swan, Roger Staubach. That's what I want to see brought back. Say, well, you can't do that, right? Well, you got a 5-yard rule with the cornerbacks, right? The Mel Blount rule, right? Now with the push thing with Hurts, you got to be a yard back now. So don't tell me you can't have those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage than they are. I was at games where I'm thinking, hey, too high? They're out in outer space. I couldn't even find us. They're playing with 9 guys, right? Where are the other 2? Oh, the other 2, they're so daggone far back, and even though they're part of the damn play. I'm telling you, we got to change this thing, and we got to have, hey, you can warn them. They come up, hey, guys, you got to get up a little bit, right? You're too far back. Warn those safeties, but you got to figure out, competition committee, somebody, Dano, somebody's got to figure out what that depth is, but it's too far back right now. The NFL is being ruined by these too high safeties.
I'm dying, homie, watching that ESPN, dog.
Yeah. I know I argue with JB a lot, but not on this one. Not on this one.
There's no way, homie, that was just said.
That was just said, homie.
There's no way that was said.
That was just said, homie. He said they got to make a rule to where the refs will force the safeties to be closer to the line of scrimmage so we can see more deep threat, the big time plays that he used to see when he was growing up in the 70s and the 80s, homie. I can't even, as a defensive player, homie, I can't even begin to think of how to respond to that.
Baby, can you take me to the board?
We back, JB, man. Talk to us. What's on your mind right now? What's going through your head after watching that clip of Mel Kiper?
Damn, I don't even know where to begin, dog. I don't even want to yell or nothing, man. It's just so fucking dumb. Like, the big narrative. See, Smitty, you don't believe me, though. The fucking fake agendas that get pushed. Mel Kiper saying to take the safety. Who sits right here at 10 to 12 yards normally. They're saying that's too deep. So now we have to cater to the offense even fucking more. Move them up here, and it has to be a referee behind them. Get up. Move up. So now you want the safeties at 5 fucking yards, Mel Kiper? You fucking idiot. Never been right on the draft yet? You said Ryan Leaf was the guy, you fuck! Now we want safeties at 5 fucking yards? So you can throw a post to fucking Stallworth in 1967, you fucking toupee-wearing motherfucker! Holy fuck, you guys on ESPN are fucked, man! Now we have to dictate to the quarterback. Hey, quarterback, please, I know we're all so shitty, but let's blame cover 2 mean the fucking times. You fucking idiots! Dan Orlovsky, you should have came on my show, motherfucker. You fucked me. You don't know shit either, sitting there in them tight-ass skinny jean pants. You fucks. You motherfuckers don't know football. Get me on there, motherfuckers. You guys fuck. What up, man? I'm back solo the rest of the way. I had to boot Smitty out of here because he takes the business shit and don't wash his hands, homie. Oh, what else, Smitty? You wash your hands, homie? I almost called you a B word, homie.
You'll never do that, homie.
Read this.
Name and everything?
Yeah, if you want.
Hey, are you interested in joining a Twitter space as my guest to talk college football?
What'd I say?
You address everyone with hey and think they're willing to hop on with an absolute nobody? It's a verified, it's like an actual person, homie.
He verified.
I know, that's a legit, like, on TV person, homie.
Homie, I don't give a fuck. Don't address me by saying hey. Don't ask me to go on your show, say hey. Who the fuck is hey? See, these motherfuckers want to be famous.
Hey.
You want me to come on your show, but you want to address me by saying, hey, this is what, hey, are you interested in joining? Who the fuck is hey, you absolute fucking nobody? I don't care if you're on fucking ESPN, homie. You think I give a fuck about who you are, motherfucker? God, people don't get it yet, dog.
You probably could be like a multi-millionaire right now when I think about the
Lucy, was that way too hard? Was I too harsh on them? Was I too harsh on them?
That's what Lucy said. And
What
she's
about
one
you?
of your
What'd
biggest
you say?
supporters. I say,
Why are you so low?
Shall we tell him, homie? Shall we tell him, homie?
You look from the side right here?
Nah, I feel low. I'm like looking. It looks low here too. Look at this shit.
Fucking comical.
Look at this shit.
No one said nothing though.
I know. I mean, because I play it off good.
Kyler Murray is now the new co-host of the Coach JB show with Big Smitty.
Where's that picture at?
Look like a little boy, homie.
Yeah, but these arms ain't no little boy. Look at them arms. Look at that. Look at that forearm, homie.
The chair broke this morning. Just giving everyone a heads up. We didn't want to say anything. Chair broke. Smitty's broke 2 chairs, metal chairs. And I'm going to take it back today on the way back home, and I'm going to shove this metal chair up Otani's ass.
You get what you pay for, homie. You can't go to a damn garage sale and expect a premier damn chair.
Otani fucked me, and I'm tired of dealing with fucking Otanis who give me half-ass shit. I knew it, dog. As soon as I fucking went in this furniture place and she addressed me, and
oh my god!
And then the broad had fucking those, those Asian slippers.
You gotta chill out, homie. I'm still 9 to 5, bro. Until I'm not.
You know those Asian
I'm still
slippers?
9 to 5 until I'm not, homie.
But you know those slippers that the
I know.
Asians wear? It's
Nope.
like you know the ones like the karats. You just slip them off. Motherfucker, I knew it when she addressed me in her business in those fucking karats, homie. I knew I was fucked. God, I wish I could get her on the show right now. Motherfucking Otanis. Let's dive into, we got a lot going on. Where's my water, homie? Thanks for bringing 2 fucking water bottles, homie. When I bring a whole fucking, I already used it for coffee, homie.
Really?
Yeah, I used them yesterday, dog.
Both of them?
Yeah, what do you mean? I didn't have both of them. There's only one.
No, motherfucker, I got 4 of them.
Oh, where are they at?
It's 2. It should be another one in there, homie. I had 2. You had 2.
Stop saying homie.
I'm gonna say what I want, homie.
Nah, a lot of people.
That's
don't
my
like
shit
it.
now,
A lot of
homie.
cats in the hood are saying you got.
And I'm not scared of it. Not near one of them.
They're
homie.
saying you got to check in to use the homie, the word homie.
I'm checking and say homie. At the end of the day, I'm good anywhere. I'm a grown ass man. And if it's that big of an issue, then it is what it is.
Hey, let's dive into some serious business here.
All right, cool.
What'd you think about that Miami insider right there talking about Mike McDaniel and the way they practice and why they're not very good and why players said, I had to do a deep dive and I don't know if I really want to go there because it's way too lax. Players are saying that.
It starts at the top, homie. Like if you
maybe you shouldn't have hired a guy that's never been a head coach who's an analytical guy who wears skinny jeans. I don't know. That's what I've been
I don't mind
saying,
giving people a chance, opportunity.
I do.
We're seeing O'Connell have a lot of success with the Vikings.
Watch
but
how shitty JJ Redick is.
But like for me, I forgot about that, homie. You know,
You didn't even like that hire. You didn't even like that
I
hire.
like that hire.
You,
I did.
I know. That's what I'm saying. You didn't even really like that hire. So I know that the world is turning.
He might shock us though.
He's not gonna might shock us.
They say he might be the next.
What did I just say?
He's not gonna might shock us. It made sense though. You said it right.
I know I did.
They say he the next Pat Riley though, homie. He said Pat Riley didn't coach at all. So he came out, he played.
We broke that
he commentated. He said he was helping behind the scenes. He didn't really coach. They said he didn't coach. They said he didn't really coach.
We broke it down. He did coach.
And he got the job. He was assistant to Buddy for like half a year. Buddy fell off a bike, hurt his fucking head, and then Pat Riley finished the rest of the season, and then he took over.
We got to fix the ticker. Shout out to Skybox ticker, skyboxsports.com. We haven't updated the ticker yet because we got to get on the ticker Wi-Fi. So there's a little technical difficulty. We'll get it right. We'll have the Coach AB.
You talking so fast,
sponsors on there. We'll have the Coach AB show about Bet Online. Maybe Bet US. I don't know.
You talking hella fast. Slow down.
Slap picks. Winnable.com/slap picks will be on there. Plus first round performance.
Slow down.
And then, are you typing? Are you trying to type this out to give?
Yeah, I'm trying to transcribe.
Why are you on Pornhub then?
First of all, even when I used to watch that, that's the first. When you first start watching that type of stuff, that's the first site you go to. Grown-ups don't go to that. You go to Xvideo, you go to Home.
Pornhub live on the show. Fuck.
They're gonna believe you, bro. Don't lie on my name. Tell me you playing right now, because they're gonna believe. They believe everything you say. You have a cult following. Tell them you playing around, because you're ruining my brand. I have a 9 to 5. People at my job, my company, they watch this show.
Lucy said XNXX.
Lucy's a bad motherfucker.
What's that?
She's nasty.
How do you know about that?
Huh?
Why are you laughing? I never heard of that. What is that? What's XNXX?
I thought you were talking about something else.
What is that, Lucy? Is that like
I don't know what
love,
that is.
love, or what's the X?
I don't know what that is.
Why are you smiling, homie?
I'm not smiling, homie.
What is XNXX? Motherfucker, I have never heard of that. I ain't heard of
it either.
You guys have heard of it.
Look at Chris with the eyes emoji.
That's crazy. Y'all are perv. You're weird, motherfucker.
Hey, Lucy, hit me up in the Discord real quick.
No wonder the Discord's crazy.
Lucy, message me in Discord right now separately.
Why?
You know, Lucy married too, homie.
Aren't you married?
Yeah.
So why would you have another woman message you privately?
I could talk to women about business. What you talking about, homie?
What business you have with her?
If I wanted to be public, I would have said it. I said message me privately.
What business could you have with her privately?
Well, Lucy, she big in the cheer game. Her daughter,
Chris is right here, though. She lives right here, too.
I've already did business with Chris.
You did business with Chris?
Yes. Me and Chris last year, I'm going to tell you the number. We provided clothes from my clothing brand to her cheer team. Dead ass serious. She got money from her collective at her high school, whatever, and they paid money, and we gave them all gear. Chris, I still need that picture from the team. If you have a picture, send it to me.
A year ago, you're still waiting on that picture?
Never got it. Kind of like you with Coach Fred in the cigars. Like, you keep saying it, but never do it. So I'm going to talk to Lucy about that.
Chris said that is true.
Amongst other things.
Shout out to Smitty for doing Lord's work under the scenes. Nobody knew it. See, none of y'all talk shit about Smitty, but look what he did behind the scenes.
And shout out to Chris for being a great businesswoman and working with me and figuring out, negotiating, and getting things done. That's all it is. Gene, I don't get nervous, Gene. I want to meet Gene because I think Gene thinks of me in a different way. Like, he watches the show. Me and JB, we disagree. JB's loud and he's far right.
I think Gene shot you out.
Gene think that I'm like a soft, super liberal. Like I don't think he really know who I am for real. Come have a drink with me and JB. Come have a drink one of these days, Gene, and get to know who I am. Man to man.
Where's Jada Gawk?
She be in Discord clowning.
Oh, really?
Yep. Talking about Gawk.
Where's
we still got the sound effect?
Where's everyone else?
Bro, we really don't have. We need to.
We had a white girl come in here yesterday. Remember?
In and out. You know what I'm saying? In and out. The problem is, I'm gonna be real with you. You've disrespected women at such a high clip that overall it's gonna be tough to bring women in. You clown them and clown them and clown them. So many viral moments. I had women who I was cool with hit me up and tell me that they're disappointed in me for just being next to you while you said certain things about them. That's crazy. That's insane, right?
That true?
I did that right-handed guy.
What?
Somebody who I work with.
What'd I say?
Who I put on, who went to school with me. I'm gonna keep it at that. I'm saying too much. I think this was during the women shouldn't coach, that whole situation. Hit me up, Darnell. I'm saw the video. I'm disappointed in you. I said, disappointed in me? I said, I didn't even say shit. What are you talking about? He was like, it's not about what you said, it's how you said it. You don't need to be screaming. I said, I didn't say shit. But in the actual viral clip, I'm noticing why people think I'm a part of it. The way it was edited, and shout out to Bailey, it's not a big deal. But the way it was edited, they placed a quick, brief moment of me in the beginning of the clip, and I said like a one-line thing about women. But the way it was edited, I was defending women. But the way it was edited, it seems like I was agreeing with you. So I think when they saw that, they just thought I was on the same board with you.
Can I be honest?
I don't give a fuck, first of all.
I know.
But I'm just saying that,
Can I be honest, though?
Yeah, be honest, all the way honest.
I'm gonna just put it in quotations in my hand quotes.
Don't.
Why I'm disappointed in you, Smitty. End quote. That's kind of what she said to you. I'm disappointed. Mm-hmm. That's exactly why the fucking female shouldn't coach. That's fucking why they shouldn't coach. Are you fucking shitting me? Uh-oh, what's that? That's why they shouldn't coach. You down a lot of water, homie. God damn. You dehydrated? Mm-hmm. Let's dive. What? Mm-hmm. I don't know if I can humming and shit. Like,
What you say? What is XNXX though?
I have no fucking idea. You and Lucy knew though.
Can you look it up real quick?
No.
Like live on the show?
No.
No, let's see what it is.
I don't want to look it up.
Let's see what it is.
No, it sounds fucking weird.
You saw like dude off Rush Hour.
I bet you money it's some weirdo made up.
Remember Chris Tucker went to jail to ask Buddy like, bro, you fucking losing it.
Certain shit for women.
You got the Brett Favre, huh? Play the
There's
clip.
certain shit for women. There's certain shit for men.
Yeah, coaching in the NFL.
Coaching in the NFL.
I said that. Yeah, I know.
You said it, homie.
Yeah, no.
You said it, homie.
But I right-handed guy, and I don't know if Billy can remember or not. In the context of the conversation, I wasn't agreeing with you. But it seems like that in that clip. I if I'm a viewer and I see that, they're thinking that I'm agreeing with you. Right hand to God, I know for a fact I'll put my life on the line. That full take and that line was in reference to some me. I'm defending women, but it looks like that.
I like that.
I wish we had a date for that episode so y'all can go back and like watch the whole shit. So that's the video, right? So then. And I said so much. There's so much for women. There's so much for men.
Two things can be
so
true.
then I got hit up with the whole thing.
Two things can be true.
Come on, bro. You know I was defending women heavy during that time.
Two things can
heavily
be true.
during that time. Look,
Two things can be true.
He love this shit.
Hey, bring her on the show. Let me hold on.
Nah, we ain't really like that no more. Let me work
did she just disown you? Did she really just disown you for it?
Everything.
Really?
Got her out here.
Oh,
other with a roommate.
See, dog, disloyal motherfucker, man. God,
she married to a lead dude now, though. So now it's like a lot of stuff. But she also met him not because of me directly, but indirectly because I was helping her out with another opportunity.
You know, you're telling me everything like reliable, but I know you don't think.
I know. I mean, we're not clipping this stuff, and she don't want to know.
We're gonna clip it. Paris, clip that.
No, you're not.
So listen.
She married to a dude who got hella money now, so now she's showing off her little shit. He's feeling all big.
Unappreciative.
All that shit. Her whole life. I changed her whole life.
I would do whatever I could to get her moved back out of LA. I would do everything.
But I have to. I mean, but now she's like rich adjacent because of the dude she with. So the only way that happens is if I break the muscle now.
This guy said, I know. Oh, I know Smitty be cheating.
What the fuck, homie?
60 Mappa?
First of all, I'm not. But the thing about it is, let's say
what's his name?
T mix him up. He a DJ. Let's say I was though. That's like rule number fucking 0 as like bro code as a man. You never do some shit like that.
How you know what that cat is though?
I just know what type of dude he is.
You know
he's not a good DJ.
You know him?
No, I don't know. He's in his chat all the time now.
He not the DJ at the Pump Brothers?
Nah. Because if you confident, you put your picture on there. Chris got a picture on there. Lucy got a picture on there. People who confident their picture on there.
Going on I don't know about?
What you mean? What the fuck is going on? Y'all need to stop saying that weird shit.
Why people think something's cracking?
I got a beautiful, happy chocolate wife at home right now who called me at the beginning of this show to make sure I made it downtown safely. She couldn't even go back to sleep because she wanted to make sure her man was okay. That's what it was. Students looking to take a flight this weekend. To go where? What are y'all talking about right now? Why am I seeing my name?
Can I go to Miami with you?
Okay, there's a lot of shit going on.
Oh, shout out to Doc. You met Doc on my boat.
Yeah, that's a real man right there. Good dude. He brought the snacks. He had the drinks, the cracker, and we talked about football. He gave me real game on like some of the legends he played with, coached with, grew with. That was a great.
He coached Hardy Nickerson.
We only spoke for like 10 minutes. I had to go.
He coached Freddie Maxwell.
But first impression is everything, and I can just tell that's an honorable man right there. I hope I see you again, Coach. I appreciate you.
Doc beat your ass too.
I'm a good dude.
Doc
Loyal to the mud. I've been with my girl for so long too. I'm loyal to the mud.
Doc from the hood. I might take the yachts, Doc. Doc, Saturday, Doc. Doc, what you got going Saturday, Doc?
Stop saying Doc so much.
Why do I got a text from H&R Block?
Oh yeah, homie, you got to see the. Let me switch real quick.
Hi, this is Thomas Tyler with Independence Community College Basketball.
This is Tyler
What the
Thomas
fuck?
with Independent Community
Hold on. Hi, this is Thomas Tyler with Independence Community College Men's Basketball. Please help us raise money for.
You ain't raising no money, homie? Homie.
Do I have any text prior to this guy? I have no idea who that is.
Hi, this is Thomas Tyler with Independence Community College Men's Basketball. Please help us raise money for our fundraiser by clicking the link below. Thank you, Independence College. Nope, I don't know who to do this. How do you get your number, homie?
He said he's a head basketball coach at Independence College. I've never talked to him before. How does he have my number?
They fired you, though, homie. It's crazy. How do you let you answer your money, homie? They fired you, homie.
That's the head basketball coach.
Are you
not
going,
the president.
You trying to coach basketball, homie?
I'm not coaching anything. Why is somebody at Independence asking me for money live on this show?
Just go along with it for a minute to see what happens.
Go along with what?
Just like act like you're not gonna send them, but just act like you are. Like ask questions. Just kind of see, get some more information. Information is king.
Fuck out of here! I wouldn't give Independence a square to pitch.
Hey, did you respond to this email? Can you respond to this email on your phone? Because he be hitting us up and you're not saying shit back in. I think he getting frustrated.
What do you say?
I mean, are you reading the email?
I don't want to read right now.
You don't know how to fucking read?
I don't want to read right now.
Fuck say what he say. I'm showing homie the email. He looked at it for 2 seconds, looked at me and said, "What he say?" Motherfucker, read the email, homie. Hey, Betty's pissed. We gotta get back on the rundown. We just freestyling, man. We having fun.
We got Shaun King coming in.
We got Kanye coming in a couple minutes, but let's go back to let's do a topic before Shaun get on here.
What are we doing?
We just having fun, man. Sometimes we ain't gonna be as stretched. We gonna freestyle anyway. Mr. King himself, and I ain't talking about Martin Luther, the quarterback, the Super Bowl champion, the brother from another mother, the bearded one, the Tulane legend, the betting gambit, whoa, high flying, wheel spinning, wheeling dealing, black man, left hand quarterback, right hand quarterback, whatever he thought. I can't remember right left hand. The one and only Shaun King. Bring him on the show. What's up, black man?
Hey,
What's
Shaun,
happening? What's
You're
happening?
left-handed.
Huh?
He says you're left-handed.
I got one football card. I was playing around, I guess, in pre-practice, and they got me throwing left-handed.
This motherfucker think you're left-handed. I'm like, dog, ambidextrous?
Yeah, he is.
Hey, you know, Smitty only like 12 years old, man.
Hey, that's why I look so good, though, right? Y'all old heads, grayed up.
Hey, Shaun, you look like you just in a cigar lounge.
So I've just moved into a new crib. I got to get the lighting right in my office. It's not quite right yet. Yeah, I got to add some light.
Where you moved to? Give me the address.
You throwing a party?
No, not yet.
Well, me and Jay, we gonna come over and you throw that party, a housewarming party. We're gonna pull up. We're gonna drive out there in Vegas.
I gotta get everything set up. I just bought that new Cadillac Traeger too. I gotta put it together this morning.
Y'all over got money, boy. I need to figure out what y'all doing.
Y'all what?
Huh?
Y'all what got money? What do you say, Shaun? We
I said y'all old motherfuckers got money.
He's feeling good. He's feeling good this morning.
Yeah, he took a shot of like fucking Xanax or something.
I had that 5 hour energy. Where's it at?
No, you didn't, because it's gone.
Yeah.
All right, Shaun, we got brass tacks to talk about here. We had an insider, Joe Origo. I think you know him. He came in. He's in every football UNLV press conference. He's been at Vegas for a long time. He broke down what he said happened. You called it yesterday. I've talked to some guys on campus. I called it on the show yesterday. Any new news overnight? What are you hearing? A 4-string running back also did it. Nobody probably cares about. Where are you at with this whole situation? And is this just the beginning of the end of college football as we know it?
I think it is. If they don't get it under control, I think so. I hate it for UNLV because Coach Odom, Coach Marion, the OC, they've done such a great job of developing a really good football team. To let a guy that they gave an opportunity, wasn't like a whole bunch of people was calling for this kid out of Holy Cross.
Shaun, you said on this show a month ago, and I asked you if UNLV is a playoff team.
Yeah,
which
he's
I
not
thought
even that good.
You said no because of the quarterback.
Right. Like people on it, he's completing 43% of his passes, and he had the audacity to ask for more money.
In a check down league.
They got 2 like NFL type wideouts.
Yeah, and it sucks for them because their starter last year took an NIL deal to go to USC to be the backup. He backs up, what's it, Mitchell Morse, I think. What's the kid's name?
Yeah, Moss. Yeah.
Yeah, he backs him up. Now,
I just told Smitty the same thing happened with the North Texas kid. He goes to Cal. He was a starter. He goes to Cal. The Rogers kid, he goes to Cal as backup because he got more money. I got DMs from him. I'm sitting there like, dog, you guys rather go get the money. These cats, I'm tired of hearing, Shaun, that they want to play in the NFL. No, they don't.
Yeah,
Stop.
and let me put this out there. If I'm a college coach and I have a deficiency at quarterback, I can 100% guarantee you I'm not going after a guy that left after 3 games during the season because of NIL.
I've been saying, when are we going to stand on business? When are the coaches at other places going to say, screw you? That's what's going to stop this. But these other coaches keep taking these dudes.
That's the problem.
They control it. They control it. If they blackball this kid, and I don't care if people get
It'll
mad
start
at
to
me,
slow down. It'll at least start to slow down.
Because this isn't scholastic sports anymore. This is pro sports. So I'm gonna treat them like pros.
Yep.
I hope they blackball the kid. I hope the kid has to go play D2 somewhere.
Sounds like 2 old people hating. Guess what? Call it what you want. I'm looking out for the betterment of overall football as we know it. And if you don't start blackballing these cats from doing this, what I call cowardly shit, then you're gonna have the craziest shit we've ever seen, which is already crazy.
You wouldn't redshirt for me. Oh, them locks already be changed in that apartment. Oh, that key card don't work nowhere on campus.
Shaun, when do you redshirt?
Absolutely.
You redshirt like your 3rd year and your 2nd year and your 4th year.
Even as the running back, he's a redshirt junior. So I'm gonna go ahead and he's already redshirted. Now he's trying to redshirt again.
Hold on, Shaun. Are we? Is this? I'm confused on this redshirt shit. So
JB, here's what happened. They came up with a new rule about 4 or 5 years ago where if you don't play in over 3 games, you can still redshirt. They did it for incoming freshmen.
Right.
So if you got a true freshman that comes in that doesn't play early, that doesn't play early in the year, you can play him in the last game, in the bowl game, and it not burn his red shirt. That's what the rule was meant for.
Hey, Shaun, I used to get pulled to the side at college. Coaches would come in the office and give me like what's coming down the pipe. And motherfucker came in the office one day, my boy at Georgia, who's now the head coach somewhere else. He's like, JB, wait till you hear about blue shirts. And I'm like, what? And today there is a thing called blue shirting. If you don't know what that is, you guys can go find out. But blue shirts. And I'm like, you got to be shitting me, man. We're making up shit as we go. The NCAA is just using so many other things to get rid of the burden on them and do all these other things. And look what it's done. They have no forward thinking at the NCAA level. They have
I just really hope there's not an FBS coach out there that will give Matthew Sluka an opportunity. I mean, this is a former quarterback. This is the player in me talking. How can you turn your back on your guys?
I agree.
And then go somewhere else and expect those guys to believe in you as their leader.
Right.
Shaun, it feels like, you know me, I always defend the players, but on this one, it's impossible to do so. It feels like players just don't love football.
I think what happens is because there are really no guidelines on this. Like the guy that's allegedly like perpetrating his agent isn't even licensed in Nevada. Like, so you get like this friend of the family, this uncle that thinks he's watched the movie. What's the movie with the super agent? What's the movie? Back in the day, Cuba Gooding Jr.'s yelling at his agent.
Yeah. I need something about.
Somebody went and watched the movie. They think they're agent now. And I hope Matthew Sluka sees this. And I want him to truly understand why I hope he doesn't get an FBS opportunity.
So Joe came on earlier and broke down this whole thing. So Cromartie, a brother, one of the Cromarties, Jerry Maguire, by the way, one of the Cromarties is representing this QB. And apparently this QB has been under his agency since January of 24. Okay. Why now is Cromartie coming to UNLV asking for a pay raise? And here's why. First of all, he's not sanctioned in the state of Nevada to even negotiate with any collective in the state of Nevada. So now it's a complete shit show, 7-on-7, street agent, handler style of opportunity he sees with this kid and says, let's go do this. And he said that the players and the roster and the locker has said for the last 3 weeks, this kid has been distancing himself from the players, and they've been waiting for the backup to be the starter.
Dude, I'm telling you, I want Matthew Sluka to hear this because I want him to truly understand why I hope he does not.
He might see you. He is in Vegas. He might
FBS opportunity. Can y'all hear me clearly?
Yeah, we can.
Listen,
Sluka's in Vegas. He said he's going to come see you.
Good. Come see me, big dog, so I can tell you to your face. How can you turn your back on what looked like maybe the most special season in UNLV history?
Yes.
This is the
Cunningham
first year of a new college football playoff where a non-power conference team automatically gets in. Y'all have 2 power conference wins. Y'all are setting up for y'all in Boise State to be a huge game.
Had the debut video with the team and everything.
Y'all could win the Mountain West and make the playoff, and you walked away from that.
And Joe said UNLV took a $35 million check this morning. They're making it official to stay in the Mountain West.
Yeah, nobody's going to Pac-12. That's too little, too late. Nobody's signing up to have to go to Pullman, Washington, and Corvallis, Oregon. They're not doing that.
It doesn't make sense.
Sluka, and anybody like Sluka, I want you to hear this clearly. when you turn your back, you're not looking at the big picture. You're looking at the micro picture. That guy's in your ear because he's going to get a percentage of what he thinks you're going to get. When you walk in that next locker room, you're going to get that side eye from the time you're there to the time you leave.
I've never seen nothing like it. And this is just setting precedent. And it's not a fluke, Shaun, that this all happened yesterday. Not only him, the running back, then we get Bear Alexander.
Alexander, come on.
Break this Bear Alexander thing down. Apparently, this is a kid that committed, decommitted, committed again, decommitted, signed at Georgia, left Georgia, goes and gets a penthouse on Wilshire Boulevard right here overlooking like Westwood and beautiful Brentwood, beautiful area. It does an IG live, flossing it, and now this cat's been double teamed like he was at a Diddy party, and now he is sitting here talking about I'm gonna sit out. Like, again, another cat who played last year, Shaun, and now all of a sudden he's got a handler with the last name Jones.
Who?
Jones. And he's apparently calling himself daddy or street agent or whatever. And this cat's listening to another dude who's milking these kids. And it's a fucking travesty, man.
How?
I'm so tired of these motherfucking street agents.
You know, it's interesting. I'm looking up his stats right now.
Yeah, take your time. Take your time. While you look at Shaun, we need more Shaun Kings than JBs out here, meaning that I know we're blaming the kid because, because at the end of the day, he's not a kid. He's a kid, but he's a young man. He has to have a little bit of knowledge of his own to understand how to move and navigate, have a little bit of common sense. But we all know at that age, man, a lot of these kids are very impressionable. And if you get somebody who has a little bit of clout behind their name, they go tell you what you should and shouldn't do, and you start to believe them, especially when it sounds good. And they tell you, hey, you should be getting 70 reps a game, man. That's BS. Coach is playing you. I'm telling you, you need to do X, Y, and Z. And we have too many of these quote-unquote street agents, that you guys call them, in these players' ears, and these guys they're not knowledgeable. They're giving them and feeding them the wrong information, and the kids are believing them. So I like the only way to counter that, because we can't remove it, but it's to create some real street agents, some real guys, some real OGs, as I like to call them, like yourself, Shaun King, who can actually talk to them and give them the real. That's the problem I'm seeing.
So part of the problem is, who is this? This is Rivals posted this?
I believe so, yeah.
Can we move away from 5-star number 9 overall player?
What I tell you, JB, the star program.
You know because you coach, Shaun. You know because you coach.
Move away from that.
You know because you coach. You know stars get us fired. Stars get us fired.
In reality, what he is, in 3 years, he's had 61 tackles and 3.5 sacks. So in reality, what he is a 20 tackle, 1 sack a year guy.
That's the facts.
Right, that's just the facts. So Bear, if you're watching this, the truth don't have emotions. Right now, based on your production in college, you are a 20 tackle, 1 sack a year guy. That's what kills me about some of these kids and these decisions they're making. None of them are that good.
I did a viral video last night on this kid, Bailey. I don't know if you can find it, but it's going crazy right now on all the social media. TikTok actually banned it because I used some cuss words. But this guy, SC, like people from SC are actually dropping videos of this cat just getting fucking 2-team boat raced. And USC's like, good, get out of here. Like, it's crazy. The fan bases that actually, I guess, promote, defend, back these particular schools, their fandom, you know, the Chiefs Queendoms and all these other fan bases, they also turn on you in a New York minute. They'll turn on you in a damn New York minute. And I did this video last night, and I want to see what you think about this, Smitty. I want you to make sure that you verbatim copy it and send it to Fox. Okay. Go ahead, Bailey, show it.
Another one bites the dust. This motherfucker is the guy USC got from Georgia that gave him a fucking penthouse in downtown LA. But it wasn't fucking good enough, was it? You coaches may figure out. Stop sucking these motherfuckers' dicks and kissing their asses and tell them to get fucking kick rocks. How about do that? And maybe the kids will run out of eventual places to go and have to drop their nuts and actually play the sport that they signed up to fucking play. How about that fucking notion? Holy fuck, players. Stop being pussies. Coaches, stand on your fucking business and tell these motherfuckers to kick rocks. And parents, how about you parent your fucking kids and stop being a pussy-ass daddy and mama and crying about every motherfucking thing. You helicopter-ass parents have created the softest generation ever!
Now,
I know I say it a little more eloquently than you.
Aside from the language barrier, we know JB's lack of formal education limits his ability to eloquently, you know, verbalize his emotions. So to everybody in the chat, you know, that's just him. You know, that's how he learns.
I got 2 master's degrees.
Yeah, you didn't do school.
I'm trying to cover for you, man. Jesus.
I know.
His vernacular just was a different level than you know, right. Likes of myself and Shaun. So we clean up for him.
1000% right. The players are not the issue. These punk ass coaches that keep running and putting a safety net out there for these jerks.
Yes, that's pretty good.
Like coaches, man, have a backbone. Man, stop letting these kids run y'all. I can't stand when a coach say, I can't coach him because he gonna leave. Let his ass leave.
That's real. The coaches need to come together. The problem is if another coach keeps accepting it, then the players don't keep doing it. If the coaches at some point come together and say, hey, motherfucker, this is what we doing. We not accepting X, Y, and Z no more, point blank period. That's when it'll stop. But if the players continue to see that, hey, the more I do this, the more money I'm getting, the more opportunities I'm getting, the more bigger schools I go to, they're going to keep doing it. So I'm with you. It comes down to the coaches and the quote-unquote street agents. It's the adults in the room. They cause this, and they're the reason why it's the way it is now.
I don't care if I don't have a transfer on my team. Any NIL money you would get from a Shaun King coach team would be after said number of games were completed. We ain't giving you nothing to come. We're not giving you nothing up front strictly because of what's happening, what your peers are doing.
Let me flip the script, though. Can I flip it and play devil's advocate real quick? And get your honest take, because you're a smart motherfucker, Shaun. I mean, a smart human. So let me ask you something. We all grew up with some trials and tribulations. We all saw things. We all been in things. And at what point in your life do you have to make a decision when you look down at yourself, at your man parts, and say that you saw that some hair grew on your balls and you figured out that you're a man and I'm a man and I'm going to make my own decision? I can't use that excuse because I would have been dead or buried right now or in jail when I was living in a car in Compton at 15 years old. I don't believe that I can just say it's all the grown men in the room. At some point, you know, as a human, the difference between fucking right and wrong. And I just truly believe it. I think we use it as a crutch now.
Yep.
And we use it as excuses to blame everyone else. Now it's the lack of me having a daddy. Listen, I didn't have two parents. I didn't have them. I was living with grandma in Compton in a fucking house or in a car at 15 getting ate up by ants. I didn't use that excuse 20 years later.
Right.
We're using these crutches now, mental health, this and that. It's all an excuse. It's never the kid's fault that pulls the trigger. It's never the kid's fault. It always goes back to, he didn't have a daddy growing up. Listen, I could have pulled the trigger a fucking 1,000 times. There's no excuse. Like, at some point, you got to say, all right, in the mirror, this is who I am, and I know the difference between right and wrong. And we all know the difference between right and wrong, dog. And we got to realize there's a fucking cause and there's a reaction, and we got to understand, don't do the crime if you can't do the time. And
morally, you're 100% right. But where I'll push back, JB, is if the behavior is being rewarded with another opportunity with more money, then it's not a bad behavior. So that's where it's controlled by the coaches. And it's not a bad decision on the players' part until the consequences start becoming significant.
Thank you.
But that's the part where we just said, so the coach at school B stopped taking this kid from school A.
But the player knows it's not right, but the behavior is being rewarded.
Yeah, no doubt. But at the same time, I reward Smitty for being mid on this show. Guess what? At some point, he has to look at himself in the mirror and say, I need to be better as a man. Doesn't he?
My thing is this, Shaun. We had an example. Somebody talked about this earlier. It was one of the quarterbacks who had transferred. One of the quarterbacks who transferred, I can't remember his name, said, hey, man, your people back in Hawaii or whatever is struggling right now. Your mom and sister are struggling. They're offering you X amount of money. You need to go. This is what the street agent was telling the player. So I hear what you're saying. Everything you said, JB, was 100% correct. But think about that kid, though, who is coming from the same situation that you came from, who sleeping in the car, mom barely making it, one-parent house or whatever, and you got a chance to go out here and make a 6-figure check, a 7-figure check.
That doesn't change
by transferring. I know it don't change who you are, but I'm saying, like, put yourself in the shoes of that, and you getting the call. Mama calling you, hey, babe, I'm sorry, can you help me with the rent a little bit? Like, you getting these calls, and it's like, fuck.
I get it.
It's like,
but it doesn't change.
I can go get this money right now, or I can stay here. So, like, all I'm saying is, at least I have a little bit of understanding in some situations as to why these players may see it as a dilemma. It's not all just players just solved it. A lot of them are, but some guys I think are in situations where they're like, fuck, man, like they count me back at home.
Hey, City, though, I don't lose my integrity over no man, no woman, no situation. I'm gonna be my.
I like to put an address on stuff.
Yeah,
Sluka got money.
Sluka.
He was negotiating the NIL deal to pay him $3,000 a month.
Yep.
All these kids from those situations, this is what nobody's talking about. They still get Pell Grant. They still get cost of attendance.
I love FAFSA.
They still get all of these other things. And I'm just gonna be honest right here, and hope nobody takes this the wrong way. $100,000 after taxes, just a one-time payment, is not gonna change your life.
No.
They don't know that, though.
It's not. It might make it easier for you. It might make it easier for you for a little stretch.
Now.
But it's. I'd rather take my chances at being a part of something great at UNLV and parlaying that opportunity and relationships into a career.
Now let's flip it to the adult. Let's flip it to the adult now, though. Now, where is the adult? These fucking street agents is who I'm talking to out there that's listening to this show, that I know a lot of you that know who I am, and I'm talking to you in specific. When are you going to sit down and talk to this young kid, majority black kid, man or boy, and tell this motherfucker that he ain't probably going to ever make this money again in his life?
Right.
So why are you fronting him so much money right now and then telling him this is the end all be all when he ain't never going to make another 6 figures in his life for the most part? Yeah. Hopefully he does. Knock on wood. Hopefully he does, but he ain't going to the NFL. I mean, let's just be real. It's a 1% world. He's not going to the NFL. He's going to try to play in college for 8 fucking years, and then he's going to be flat broke. And what does that do to your mentals when you ain't making that money no more at 35?
So you saying it's better to just not have it?
No, I'm not saying don't have
still
it.
end up not going.
To Shaun's point, though, $100,000 ain't changing your life. Where's the adult in the room to tell him that? They're not being told that. So when they hit him in the face, and the real world hits him in the face in 6, 7, 8 years, when they're done with college NIL money, They're gonna be like, well, fuck, where's my 600? Where's my 100K?
It ain't changed your life, but as a college student, it gives you a fucking head start.
Yeah.
All I'm saying, I had $11,000 in my name from saving FAFSA money over the years, and I was like, shit. I grew up real poor. I don't know your situation. I grew up like really like a step above homeless, like really poor. So I had $11,000. I'm like, fuck. Like I thought I was paid in college, so that was like a huge thing.
Where's that 11 grand now?
But it gave me a head start. I got my car. I got my first apartment. All I'm saying, give me a head start. So I'm saying 100,000. To your point, it ain't a life changer, but it's definitely a good little head start, depending on your situation. All I'm saying.
All I'm saying is, don't burn your name up chasing a one-time hit. That's all I'm saying.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
And integrity, back to character, dog. This is who you are at the end of the day.
Especially in a town like Vegas.
Yeah. That 100 grand gone tonight.
Come on, man. You could have
the wrong crap.
You could have parlayed that into, an executive decision position somewhere. It been good. Been making $250, before you know it, a year. Like, come on, man. Like, that's what I used to tell these kids coming out of high school. When you go to a traditional school, meaning a school that doesn't already have like a long-standing tradition of championships and All-Americans and NFL players, you have a chance to become that tradition. And when you do that, that lives forever when you leave said school. You don't ever come back and you like you down at Miami, you standing on the sideline and there's 15 gold jackets over there. You come back and like you are considered like one of the pillars of that program. There are a bunch of relationships that are built when you're becoming that pillar. And that's what Sluka had. That's what he walked away from. That's why I look at this as such a tragic behavior, because other kids will look at it and emulate it, and it's the wrong decision.
Shaun, we are what we do, not what we say we do.
Ooh, contrary to belief.
I'm just saying, dog, I'm tired of hearing all this talking and that's who I am. That's who I am. And then they say, guess what they say after that? That's not who I am. Yeah, it is. It is who you are, motherfucker. That's what you do, not what you say you do. Like, it shit blows my mind. Get that fucking water out of my face.
And then, by the way,
what the hell y'all got going on with the water?
He said he was thirsty. We had him a water left, so I'm offering him this
motherfucker brought one water shot for himself.
I have 4 full bottles.
BPS.
This motherfucker poured 2 bottles in his coffee machine. He didn't save it for. I thought he used it to actually drink.
Shaun,
we had 2 days in here, homie.
Boxes of water, food. Motherfucker brought one bottle of water.
He said grab a few big bottles of water. I didn't use it for his fucking coffee machine. I thought he used it for like us to drink. Anyway, a blue shirt is a real thing. A blue shirt is a real thing. A blue shirt is a player who was not formally recruited, joins the team as a walk-on, and is then placed on scholarship sometime on or after the first day he joins the squad. If so, his scholarship counts towards the following year's class.
So what blue shirt is the pay it forward deal, Shaun. You know this, I know this. What it is basically what we used to call walk-on. And they pay their first year out their pocket, or their daddy or whatever got a loan. You and I have been around walk-ons our whole life, all 3 of us. Blue shirts now don't count, though, when they do finally put them on Scully until the year after. So they could save a scholar but get a body for practice.
Hey, I'm in the chat. This Canes Cats Heat 305 talking shit with these Hurricanes. Y'all last on upset watch Friday.
Woo!
Ooh, Steve just left. Steve just got on the plane. Steve's going to the game.
To the Hurricane.
Yeah, Vitek.
Tsunami, ain't it?
What is it?
Ain't that tsunami or something?
No, say what the Miamis are.
Hurricane?
But say it again.
Hurricane.
This motherfucker said hurricane. Hurricane.
So you take that in the chat. Yeah, y'all on
You think Vitek got a shot, huh?
Hell yeah.
Really?
Are you putting your money on the spread? Or what is the spread? I don't know what it is.
I already bet.
Oh shit.
All right,
Vitek, I think I got plus 19.5.
All right. Just go real quick. We're right down the line. Don't even worry about the cover, the money line, whatever. Whatever team you pick is going to either cover or win the game outright. We don't even need to talk about it. UCLA, Oregon. Bama, Georgia.
Bama.
Stanford, Clemson. Ohio State, Michigan State.
Ohio State.
Ooh, shit. All right. This one's a big one. Utah, Arizona.
Ooh. Utah's going undefeated.
Ooh. All right. Colorado, UCF.
Come on.
UCF about to woodshed Colorado.
Yeah.
Such a hater.
Hey, battle undefeated. Illinois, Penn State.
Good one.
9-19.
I want Illinois to win so bad, but I think Penn State might actually be pretty damn good this year.
Pretty good.
That coordinator having a big impact on that quarterback.
Yeah. All right. The team of the hour. UNLV, Fresno State with a new quarterback.
This is a tough one, man, because I live here. I want UNLV to win, but Fresno's actually pretty damn good.
I know.
They were giving Michigan hell in what was it?
That was their only loss. Their only loss.
Yeah, I'm gonna say UNLV rallies around all the chaos, but I wouldn't bet this game. I would sit back and watch.
All right, big game on the slate. Louisville, Notre Dame.
Where is that a big game at, JB?
Louisville, Notre Dame? What are you talking about?
Louisville, Notre Dame.
It's like 15th to 16th ranked teams in the country.
Man, Louisville has fell all the way off a cliff from a brand standpoint, and Notre Dame just lost to NIU 2 weeks ago.
But they back, though. They back. They've been winning since then.
I love Shaun. I love he brings you down there.
Notre Dame. Okay.
That's going to be a hell of a game. Watch.
So
what? We're talking on Monday like, that was a good-ass game. Watch.
Hey, let me put a PSA out there. When you're talking college football and you tell me big game, that means I am basing my Saturday schedule on the fact that I need to be in front of the TV from start to finish for said game.
Know.
That's your definition. So Bama, Georgia. Bama, Georgia.
It's the only big game there. It's the only big game.
Georgia. Okay, Bama, Georgia.
No, Tulane plays South Florida.
That's a horrible game. Ain't nobody watching that.
That's not a big game.
So ESPN 3.
That's a horrible game. K-State, Oklahoma State.
K-State gonna bomb Oklahoma State. They so pissed off right now in Manhattan, Kansas. They walk into a hornet's nest of BYU. BYU jumped on that butt. I like K-State big.
Does Kentucky have any shot versus Ole Miss?
Absolutely. This is a fourth quarter game. I don't think Kentucky could win it, but they're gonna play tough. This will be Ole Miss's toughest game so far.
Does Michigan have a fallback game after beating SC and struggle against Minnesota?
I think the style of football Michigan is playing, they're gonna be in competitive games every week. Like I called some of the defensive coaches from Southern Cal. I told them number 4 might be the worst linebacker in college football for USC. I said, y'all let a team throw for under 50 yards and beat y'all. Y'all should be ashamed of y'all damn self. So I think Michigan's gonna be in a tight game every week.
All right, last one. Washington, Rutgers.
It's funny. The West Coast teams have actually been doing pretty good.
I know.
This travel, Stanford beat Syracuse.
I know.
Somebody else came over and won. So I'm going to go Washington to win this one.
All right, last one. Not the last one last time, but this one's the last one. Maryland, Indiana. Battle of 3-1 versus 4-0. Indiana's 4-0. Cignetti, first head coach to start 4-0 at Indiana.
Great game.
2 offensive-minded guys, and Loxley and himself. He brought a lot of James Madison guys over with him to Indiana.
I think Indiana's looked better. So I'm going to go with Indiana to win this one.
Interesting.
And then Ball State, JMU.
Nobody cares.
What's Ball State record this year? I haven't been following y'all.
This 1-2.
Hey, I heard a. Is this true? Did Lagway redshirt today?
I don't know.
But if he did,
it's 8:59 in the morning on the West Coast, man.
If he did, now this is when I'll defend the player on this one for some reason.
We've been up for hours though.
Hey, if he did, shame on you, fucking. What's his name? Napier. Because your ass is on a lame duck coach, and you didn't play the younger guy when he threw for 487. I get he didn't play nobody, but the starter, what's his name, looks fucking horrible. I'm just gonna
Wentz, Mertz. What's the Mertz?
Yeah, what? He might as well be Zach Wentz. He looks horrible.
They riding high, man. They coming off of a win in Stark Vegas, man. They're feeling good about themselves.
Yeah, they beat absolute nobody. Mississippi State's fucking one of the worst teams in the country. Toledo boat race.
They bad.
Toledo boat raced them.
I think Toledo lost to Western Kentucky Saturday.
Yeah, exactly. Western Kentucky and Toledo is better than Mississippi fucking State.
Hashtag matching, homie. We always play up to our competition. In those
Shout out
games.
to the Tuesday, Wednesday slates in the MAC.
Thursday.
The worst fucking. I know. I'm just saying.
Smitty, we don't want to hear nothing else out your mouth till y'all get 500.
Tulane is horrible though right now. Like y'all look bad.
No, they don't.
Y'all might get boat races weekend.
Tulane's all right though.
Nobody watching that game. ESPNU.
Tulane and South Florida, 2 of the top non-Power 4 teams out there. They just had
Who said that though? Like who's saying that?
They had a tough schedule. Like the losses are to Miami, Alabama, Kansas State, Oklahoma.
Sign some excuses to me, homie.
Yeah, they need
I bet you James Madison beats Ball State by 70.
They gonna fall short because they're walking into that game thinking it's gonna be a layup. Watch that close the game.
It's gonna be more JMU people in Muncie than Ball State.
It's gonna be it's at JMU. It's in Virginia, or whatever. So it's gonna be 55-40. They might win 55-40. It's gonna be a closer game though. Their defense horrible.
Hey, JB, Ball State the only FBS school without a collective, man. Get out of here.
I would have loved to play Tulane. That would have been an easy win for us back in my playing days.
Ball State don't even have a collective.
Back in my playing days. What you mean? We got David Letterman, homie, and Jason Whitlock.
Hey, somebody in the chat said they took his stream down.
I saw that. Is that true? They say they took Whitlock stuff down from YouTube. Somebody in the comments said they took him off of YouTube. I don't know if that's true or not. That's what you say. I don't know. You got to text Steve. I don't know if that's true or not.
Hey, by the way, the comment section, we got some really smart people. Everybody back in Tulane. They know Tulane legit. Ain't nobody on the Ball State side, Smith.
That's cool. I love being I don't need the backing from people in the chat. I've always been the underdog. I was always too short. Didn't weigh enough. Too small. Didn't have enough money. Didn't have the clothes. But I always persevered and made it to the top because of my hustle and who I am.
We're talking about your program, not you.
Same thing, but it's the same mindset. That's why I went there. We ain't built the same, Shaun. You like the spotlight in Tulane and the lights.
Tulane should have beat K-State.
Tampa Bay. It's different.
Tulane should have beat K-State. Tulane should have beat K-State.
We should have beat Oklahoma.
They should beat Oklahoma, yeah.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda, but what's the results, homie?
By the way, Oklahoma should have lost to Houston. Should have lost to Tulane.
They so
got blown already. Oklahoma's horrible.
Yeah,
they're horrible. They got started. They're going to start a freshman this weekend. They're going to start a freshman.
He looked good.
Yeah, college football, NFL, all the football is horrible. And
let's not watch.
Hey, the Cowboys are boat racing the Giants tonight.
Giants are winning. Giants are winning. Hey, by the way, are you ready to apologize to this? Are you apologizing to me on this show that Daniel Jones has actually balled out the last 2 weeks and got Neighbors the ball, and Neighbors looks like the rookie of the year? Tell me the real, because Neighbors can't throw himself the ball, homie.
I mean, you can't seriously be saying Daniel Jones ball.
He won one game, homie, had decent numbers, and you over here excited.
He's had 2 good games in a row, though.
But they only won one, homie.
It don't matter.
I don't give a fuck.
And Neighbors got the ball. And then...
Because Neighbors is great.
Is Sam Darnold the comeback player of the year?
He might be MVP.
It's early, man. Why you jumping all these rash, leftist type of... Man, Daniel Jones got 4 touchdowns and 2 picks on the year, man. Get out of Dodge.
How many fumbles? You know what I'm saying? Like,
hey, guess what? His stats.
He's yet to throw for 250 yards in a game.
Hey, his stats are right par with Patrick Mahomes this year. Let that sink in.
Just win, baby, win.
Anyway,
just win, baby, win.
We'll just throw that out there. Look at
just win, baby, win, though.
Look at the quarterback.
It's a result.
Look at the quarterbacks across the league.
Why do we call Brady the GOAT? Why do we call Brady the GOAT? Because he wins.
Let's be real.
You can't have bad stats and lose, homie.
Hey, Shaun,
Shaun, appreciate you, homie.
Tomorrow we'll be back
at home.
I'll see you next week, Shaun, or if you want to come on tomorrow, you're always welcome.
All right, see y'all later.
All right, peace.
He cut you off quick, homie. He was tired of the bullshit. He was tired. Ain't got nothing to do with that. He was tired of the bullshit. He cut your ass off. So yeah,
faster than week 1.
Damn, we got it.
That's that week we're behind. Hey, great show. I killed it. Smitty's just here for the ride. My back's hurting because I gotta get out. I gotta get to the boat.
I'm gonna chill for a minute. I'll lock up.
Okay, bet. Clean up too.
Nope.
And go get some water. And tell Consuela to come in here. Give me some golf dog. Let's dive into.
We're not diving into nothing. The show's over.
Pre-game Friday tomorrow. Jeff Nadu will join us. Big Matt McChesney will join us. Talk Colorado, UCF. Who else joins us tomorrow?
Nadu.
Dr. Jesse Morse.
Dr. Jesse Morse.
Updates
on injuries.
Who else?
You said Nadu, Dr. Jesse Morse. You said Matt McChesney.
Who else?
Shaun's gone. So no Shaun. Yep.
Who else? Somebody else.
No, on Friday.
I'll probably get like Cam Newton or something.
All right, that's cool. Lightweight.
Lucy, shout out to you and everybody else in the chat.
XNXX Loose. Everybody else, man. Y'all have a great Thursday. I'm about to finish some work for here. I'm gonna go to work.
What'd you say?
Have lunch with my brothers.
What'd you say though?
And then we're gonna do the show, man.
What's
go from there.
XLXX? What'd you say? X something. You look little in there. I mean, that chair. You gotta be better. See you guys on
All right,
tomorrow from the Cigar Lounge, Slapdick Cigar Lounge studio. We'll see you around, and it's been a great one. Peace.
Issues get pressed so fast you don't get sacked like bags and baggage. Smitty and Jason Brown kill the ass around.